I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
There it is.
This guy. I don't like hair.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
It's jeez, yes.
Yeah, the skin stuff, I just hate it.
Yeah, get out of here.
Pull it off, I would.
You see my shirt I'm wearing.
You know what I really hate? I hate my fingernails. I just
Yeah.
pluck them off when I grow in. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a little. I just trim them usually, but plucking them off, I guess that would.
I just take them, I just rip them out of there.
Thank you for inviting me.
Whose idea was it?
Everybody. You're NES man.
Who the hell else is going to talk about NES? He's like, what he
Leo.
does. Who?
Leo. He's played
Who?
NES.
Just
Legend
like
of Leo.
3 carts. It's not that
he
big
had,
on
he had
it.
Zelda 2, Double Dragon 2.
I mean,
What other
everybody's
two?
played an NES game.
I think everybody at this point, yeah.
I saw Leo do it once.
I
Big
still play
NES
Mario.
fan over there.
Bio's played a lot of NES. He had some good NES games growing up, he was telling me. Bio Phoenix. So, thank you.
Do
Bio
they have
Phoenix is
NES in
here.
Canada?
It's weird in Canada. Mattel had like published some games over there, so you had the Mattel label on some of their games. Kind of weird seeing them.
Barbie?
No, yeah, the Barbie company.
What did they do? One of the in television or one of those ColecoVision? I don't know. One of the visions.
What did they do in the television?
ColecoVision was Connecticut Leather Company. That's what Coleco stands for. It was a leather company.
Might have been Tella then.
I would love a leather console.
Oh, pleather.
Ooh,
Or leather.
that's an idea right there.
Yeah.
Real
Nice
leather.
leather console with a nice leather like cartridges you slide in, but it's kind of hard. Like they're kind of snug to get in there though.
Yeah, furry carts.
Yeah. I want
Nice
leather, but
controller.
made out of human flesh.
So
It puts
Not
the
like
cartridge in this console, or else it gets the
So-
hose.
it's
So
like the Necronomicon, but it's a console.
It plays, yeah, it plays Zelda.
Atari,
Resident Evil PlayStation.
Atari
Got
ColecoVision
eyeballs rolling
Intelligent.
up.
Yeah.
All right, well, Brian, you know how GameTalk works.
I
Do
think
you?
so.
Do you really though?
You've only been on 4 of them.
I am old, so please forgive me if I forget things.
No.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do.
There's no forgiveness here.
There's acceptance.
Okay, accept me.
I do.
Accept
That's why
me.
you're okay. Well, let's just
Teddy,
jump in, Mario style.
Teddy.
Jump, man.
Teddy, you got the right questions.
Yes, they are all themed
Okay.
around dudes. No, I'm joking. It's the NES questions.
A nice little quiz at the end if you have time.
What?
I have a nice little quiz relating to.
You're gonna quiz us. You're gonna quiz us at the end of the episode.
But it's a fun quiz. So I have my childhood NES games, and I figured I'd describe them, and you can see if you can get what it is for my description.
But it's a fun quiz,
Twist.
guys. Fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No.
I'm back in high school, baby.
Sorry to pop it on you. So.
Yeah, guys, pop quiz, but it's a fun quiz.
Maybe quiz was the wrong word.
I'm gonna imagine Alex wins this one. This is my prediction.
The NES pop quiz, maybe.
You can tell us the directions later, I guess. I don't know.
All I do is
I don't know,
We'll
Brian.
leave it.
all
We're
I
gonna
do
leave it
is
for the end of the
I
episode,
describe the
and if
game.
Spencer wants to cut it out, Spencer can cut it out. Snip, snip.
All right. Well, I started recording.
Yep, I'm
Was it
recording.
How long have you been recording?
For 4 minutes.
That is an invasion of my privacy, Spencer.
Consider your privacy invaded. That's what I want the apps to tell me. Like when I'm on Facebook from now on, I just want it to. I want like a privacy thing, but not a choice. But it just like says privacy and then it says invaded. It's like,
Welcome
okay,
to TikTok. Say
Loves-
goodbye to your
love-
privacy.
yeah,
loves Zuck.
yeah. I just want to be very
Love
clear.
the-
Just very clear, because that's all I want. You can invade it, go ahead, but just tell me. Like, don't lie to me. Just be like, you
We
know
need
what?
a movie.
We did it. We invaded your privacy. I was like, okay, thank you. That's all I
We
asked.
need the Love Zuck movie.
Let's do it.
Wait,
They
did
have
they do a Facebook movie?
Yeah,
They
social
did like
network.
the.
Yeah.
Social Dilemma. Yeah.
Well, Social
The
Dilemma
sequel.
was another one, but the Social Network, I think, was the actual like Hollywood style movie.
Correct. Give that
got
man
this-
a prize.
It's got the guy
Are
from
there any
Zombieland,
social
right?
movies?
There's all kinds of social movies now. I'm waiting for the TikTok one featuring who would star. I don't even know anybody that's involved in TikTok, but let's just put Mark Wahlberg as the
Rebecca
star.
Black, right? TikTok and the party don't stop.
Rebecca Black could be.
That's Kesha.
Oh,
Just so we're all on the same page.
Your
Well,
generation knows these things. I can't keep up with any of that. That's Kesha.
Brian,
Talking about my generation. That's the Who.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Rebecca Black.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, Teddy. What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you all.
Why are you stuck on Rebecca Black?
Because Brian asked who, so I just circled back.
Because yesterday it was
Circled
Friday.
back to black.
Oh,
Metallica
it was
style.
Friday yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was Friday.
It's
That's why
true.
Teddy's on it. He was yesterday.
Friday.
He was on the Friday kick, and now it's
Saturday.
Sunday,
Sunday, Monday.
Yes, there you go.
Happy days.
I made
Tuesday, Wednesday. Happy days.
He's trying to get all of his days in order, and Rebecca Black is the way you do it.
If you need an origin point, go with Rebecca Black.
Yeah, it all started around Rebecca.
I feel gross talking about Rebecca Black while I'm wearing a Primus T-shirt. I feel like my shirt's just gonna start like restricting on me. Les Claypool's gonna
Like
choke me
melting.
out.
The letters, they're falling off.
Two gay bands.
Hey, Brian.
What?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me
What's
on.
up?
To talk about
Yeah.
some Nintendo Entertainment System
Spoilers.
game. Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Spoilers. Hey,
Yeah, the
that's a
Game
good
Talk
thing.
the Game Talk thumbnail will just be like generic Game Talk today. And then just like a
Game
big,
Talk?
a big question mark. It's just like, we don't know.
What will it be?
Well, hey, that's next month. What will it be?
do the opposite of Nintendo next month.
Yeah.
We'll do the opposite of.
Actually, next month does have a theme, just so we're all on the same page.
Listen,
I'm gonna
Alex.
turn the page. Right
Thank you,
now.
Alex. Every time we go down a road, you kill the joke. You're like a sniper.
Oh,
Like you see a joke,
roadblock.
You see a joke in your
roadblock.
in your sights. You're like, oh, there looks like they're on to
Bridge
Kill
something.
it now.
The
Brian-
bridge is out.
Brian's like
Turn
opposite
back.
opposite Nintendo. We can all make jokes about what that might be, and then he's like, no, sniped. It's like, gotcha.
Actually, I'll tell you right here in the
Because I
button
won't
map
have you disrespect.
322 theme for December 2023. Opposite of
I won't
Nintendo.
have
Let's
you-
go.
I will not have you disrespect next month's theme, which I guess I'll announce right now.
Go for
it.
Because half of the month next month, special month we're doing a half thing, is Wario month. So leave us some Wario questions.
To those
You've been
that,
invaded.
yeah, your mic cut out a little bit,
You
but
say it.
we generally got it. It's a
What?
Wario month.
I have my mic cut out.
Your cyber.
Spencer, what are you doing?
Spencer
hacked me.
Took over.
Spencer's in the mainframe.
I gotta bypass your encryptions.
Oh, we made it past the third wall.
Password Sonic69. I'm in.
But yes, yeah, it's Wario month.
Wario, I'm gonna win.
For our first ever half month. Yeah. 2 weeks.
We're gonna take
2
him to
weeks of
war.
Wario.
All's fair in Wario fair. I don't know
I
if you've ever heard that quote. It's a famous quote passed through the ages.
think I have heard that before. I think it was different.
How's it gonna work? We don't even know, but yeah, we got a Wario game talk, I guess.
And map out.
True. What is it? I don't even remember. Anyways, like 5 games.
It's Wario. It's Wario for the Wario game for the Virtual Boy. We're gonna.
Shit.
Oh, cool! I can play
Yeah,
that again.
it's again. You have a Virtual Boy.
Who doesn't?
It's gonna be just Brian, and we sit here.
No wonder. No wonder you need the glasses, Brian. You wrecked your vision.
that could. Well, I didn't play it until much later, but my vision was already shot.
What if that was the Daredevil origin story? He played a Virtual Boy. Now I'm blind.
No, I think mutagen got in his eyes or something.
Hmm.
Brian killing Alex's
have to
joke.
stitch
I
it.
like it. It's joke warfare. Let's all just shoot each other's jokes in the feet.
That's exactly what I would do. I would just kill the joke too.
Clever joke, but no.
Fair game.
This is what really happened.
But no, he got mutagen in his eyes. Or if you're watching the shitty Ben Affleck version, he like some toxic goo spilled out of a barrel or something into his face. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's much better when it's mutagens. That's a much better story.
What's a mutagen?
I don't know.
Well, from Turtles. Turtles took part of their
From Turtles.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles are their intro.
A turtle sneezed
Wait,
in my eyes.
I didn't know that. So Daredevil started from Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles took bits from Daredevil.
Oh,
How they-
Yeah,
Okay.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Ninja Turtles is like a parody. And Daredevil, there's like an evil society organization called the Hand,
Hand.
and then in Turtles, it's the foot because it's the joke. It's the foot, not the hand.
That's a
Who's
good
the
joke.
dick?
It's dumb.
Those guys that wrote those Turtles comics are really
I
smart.
didn't make that one. Okay,
They are so funny.
You can stop that one all you want.
Oh my god, I'm dying. I can't wait to read that comic. I'm gonna go out right now.
I see you.
Shut up.
You are waffling right now. You are rolling on the floor laughing.
I know. I can't even.
I see you.
Dude. And the podcast. I can't even.
We did it. We did it, boys.
It's too good.
Spencer laughed.
Brian,
You can call it an episode.
call it. Brian, it's so good to see you. You're on Twitch now a lot more than you're on
Great to see
YouTube.
you. Yeah.
But I do see you on YouTube here and there. I saw you do like the games that you played this year.
Yeah, I still upload those. I do games every 2 months. I talk about games I played and usually beat.
How do you beat them? With a stick?
I
I beat the joke.
Some games,
Stop it.
some games, yeah, I could beat with a stick. But yeah, usually I use beat as finished or completed, not completed, but like got to the ending, saw credits. Some games have multiple endings, like different endings, but usually if I see credits, I consider that beat. Finished, if you will. Mm-hmm.
I will.
That's awesome. And where can they
Cool.
find you on Twitch? What's your name on there?
Igotkings, IGOTKINGS.
Perfect.
But we are petitioning to change it.
I'm up for name changes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Brian. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh,
Why is that?
The way I got that name, it was from friends, and something happened in my life during that point that kind of makes me sad every time I hear that name. Because of that.
Well,
name.
luckily for you, the other day, Brian revealed a secret to everybody. He said on the screen. That his parents almost named him Stacy if he was a girl. So I think I got Stacy be a good name.
Well, if
Stacey.
You did not get Stacy. I got Brian. That's the name I got. Right?
so,
You could be
I almost got
could
Stacy.
be
That's the
almost got Stacy. Yeah.
so wait, but Brian, I don't get. You named yourself after a phrase that makes you sad?
Yeah. Well, I was playing poker with my friends, and I didn't know how to play, so they asked me what I had. I said I got kings, and I thought that was hilarious. So they just nicknamed me that.
That's
And
funny.
something happened to my friend. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah,
but,
don't.
Okay.
It's something that when I think back on it now, it's kind of sad.
Okay.
So yeah, why
I
don't we
understand.
change the name to
I got lemons.
lemons is good. Yeah, I got lemons.
Yeah.
What kind of name what are you thinking about? Like, what do you have ideas or have you brainstormed?
I was thinking Brian.
Of course you were. That's your name.
Good Lord, Brian. And how did you come up with this name? What were you? Was there a backstory
Well,
here?
I didn't. My parents did.
Yeah, they came up with your username, your alias.
Yeah.
Can we just reset?
Yeah,
Can we just reset the show?
Brian, huh?
I had a joke, but I'm not going to say it now. It's not worth it.
Okay,
Thank you for having me on.
Let us know in the comments below, in addition to your questions for next month, which is Wario Month, so all questions should be themed Wario, what name change you'd like to see for Brian? I can't guarantee it'll get approved, but I'm looking forward to suggestions for him, not for me.
Can I make a suggestion?
In the comments.
Oh, I have to do it in the comments? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you don't want to lose it?
Kind of, but...
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, Brian, I think you should name it because you're a Dragon Quest fan, right? Obviously.
Dragon Quest 69.
I was going to do Puff Puff Lover.
I was going to say Sonic 69.
Puff Puff Lover, and then a number. You could do 69 if you want.
How about Deborah?
Be Airtrick's dad.
Deborah 1 and only. I like that. But the 1 is a 1, like the number
Nice.
1.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go. Deborah, step
The
on me
big
with your high heels.
slime. King of the slimes.
There you go.
King of the king slimes.
Why would you-
Metal king slimes.
Brian, why would you name yourself something that makes you
What?
sad?
I know.
Well, it did.
It didn't at
it
the time,
didn't
I
at the
think.
time, and then I just kept it.
Oh, it was like
Yeah.
a person. I was saying it's like if I was like,
I'm not very
it's like if I
creative,
was like,
so I just
Yeah,
didn't, like,
I'm the-
plan out anything.
You're not very creative, Brian.
I'm
Is
the
that what you said?
Hindenburg zone.
Yeah, like my original name was just my full name, and I just changed it because I couldn't come up with anything. So I didn't want my full name out
Very
there.
creative.
Gotcha. Well, that's. I mean, I like the
Hey, what's
name
your
is
full name?
funny. Oh.
Yeah, I don't care. It's just I, like if I keep it, it's not like I'm gonna like I'm not. It's not like anything major. It's just like
You should just change it to your home address. Or no, your phone number. You just change it to your phone number.
Why not social security number?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
get it
social
out there,
security
dude.
number.
You get it out there, yeah.
Get it all
Well,
out
it's
there.
about that time. It's slime time.
Mhm.
I'm really feeling
Well,
it.
there is a Slime
Right.
Time
Welcome
podcast.
to Slime Month.
I know.
I probably
I know there's a Slime Time podcast because when I was trying to make my podcast, I found it because I was going to use that name.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, no, the only way that podcast works is if all the guests limed, like Nickelodeon stuff.
I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
Like,
Alex, you're in the Matrix bad.
really elaborate though. Why am I
I
in the Matrix?
They took you, they put you in the digital washing machine, and it's like you're in the cycle screaming.
Oh no!
So just for me. I don't
I
know
have
if
to
you're
turn off my-
sponsor.
It
Am I
is.
gonna have to turn off my camera?
I don't know. Says
I-
the face of Jerry Seinfeld.
Who was Alex? I don't know.
What's the deal with Discord?
What's the deal with
What's
Sega?
the deal with slime?
Yeah, what's the deal with Slime?
It's all mushy and you put it in your hands.
But if you want to know what the deal is, check out our Discord, and everyone's got their opinions on what the deal really is. Or you can check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
And
Oh my goodness! And if you're listening to us or watching us on YouTube, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Also subscribe to I Got Kings, soon to be Brian. And then leave a comment asking us a question about Wario. And I know it might be hard because there isn't a lot about Wario that may be interesting or that you might want to know. But try your best to just...
Hey, let's not go crazy. I mean, there's a lot interesting about Wario.
There's a lot.
Oh, there's a lot. Then there's a challenge. There's a challenge is try to ask a question that could be interesting about Wario. I pose that challenge to the viewers.
What are you trying to say about Wario?
He's fat and gassy.
So?
Aren't we all?
So
That's how I like him.
that's how we like our heroes.
Wario's a man's man, okay? He rides a bike, eats garlic, and shits and farts everywhere. And he laughs about it.
He
What more could you
shitted and farted.
At the same time.
I should have
My question is why. Yeah, my question is why did Wario shitted and farted?
I can't wait to see responses to that one. Speaking of responses, make a video response. This is Game Talk. I don't know what it would look like, but NES Month. What NES game did you play this month? There you go. My most cohesive make a video response request yet.
Yeah, I know. It was like really. You got it.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't make a video response.
Alex.
Oh.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Come on.
Make a video celebration. No.
Make a video essay.
Jump ship.
Well, that would be awesome if somebody did a video essay about our request for a question on Wario.
That too.
It's like 20 minutes long.
A Wario Q&A.
Yeah.
Video style.
Dude, I'm down.
One question you've been always wanting to ask. You can make it short. A YouTube short.
Yeah.
Could be why.
There's like one viewer that's not on our radar that always makes the video responses, and they're like, "Why aren't they noticing?"
That's true.
Well, yeah. Tell us if you make a video response. Let us know in the comments below or on Discord.
Well, and if you make a video response, can't you just put the @ thing and then put our at us and then we'll be notified?
Yeah, it does work that way because I know you added me on your last video on RPG Archive with Dragon Quest 7, and I got it. That's why I knew the video was up.
Here we go. Proofs in the pudding. We have anecdotal evidence from I
What
Got
kind of
Kings, aka Brian. Soon to be Brian,
What
aka
flavor is the
Brian.
It's tapioca.
Oh, you gotta pick some like a banana. I like banana pudding.
Brian looks like the kind of guy that
Bread.
likes tapioca pudding. Is that correct?
It's not my favorite. I'll eat it.
It's not
Yeah,
my
it has- it
favorite,
has
but
this
I'll
little-
fuck it.
It has this
Gun to
little,
my
like-
head. Yeah.
It has this little stuff in it that's like kind of like bits of something in it.
It's like rice, right?
Oh, is that what that is? I didn't
Spencer,
know that.
what's the tapioca pudding crowd look?
But I don't know. I think like if you like pulp in your juice or crunchy peanut butter, you'll probably like tapioca. I like
Don't-
crunchy and pulp.
Don't group those people together.
Why are you calling
Crunchy
them those
and
people?
Well, yeah. What are those people
Exactly.
exactly, Alex? I'm a little curious.
Me, I like crunchy peanut butter and
Oh,
pulp
who
in my
doesn't?
orange juice.
I like them.
And I don't
too.
want your damn tapioca pudding.
I like them. What's wrong with tapioca?
You're not-
It's
no.
creamy.
crunchy
You're
peanut
not on the-
butter
same
and
thing.
pulp?
Yeah.
Foods with like
Pulp
foods
and
or
orange
stuff
juice.
She's saying like with
bits
a,
in it.
yeah, with like little bits inside of a more.
Yeah, like pulp has little bits. Crunchy has little bits.
Like a country style orange juice. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like
Little bits
the
of
orange,
dirt.
the orange.
yeah, like they don't strain.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Like if you go to a Cracker Barrel and you have the pulp or something, I'm sure Cracker Barrel has stuff. with
Why am
pulp
I
in it.
making my oranges on with the dirt?
Yeah.
Welcome to the country, boy.
I'm juicing my oranges with a rock.
You get a little taste of the country and ever smoothie.
There ain't no dirt in my orange juice. Put more dirt in it.
It ain't right today.
No, I don't mind tapioca. I always thought of like as a kid, I thought for some reason, I know this isn't, but I always thought of the little things inside of it as eyes. I don't know why. It's a weird, my weird brain was like that.
Hmm.
So anyway,
Tapioca
so
eyes.
the first thing we do is questions,
You've been
right?
diagnosed.
Questions about
Yeah, we should probably
NES
we should probably redirect the questions back to the topic for today, the NES. The real episode starts here. Although it's been pretty real so far. Welcome to Nintendo. I see it on Brian's shirt. We asked the viewers last time to leave a question related to the NES. I'm going to go with the oldest one coming from TurboZone Q.
Turbo.
What NES game do you want to see remade? Brian, we'll start with you. Actually, I don't know if you need 30 seconds think time. I kind of do. But anybody who wants to jump in, and if it's Brian,
Yeah, sure.
you're all the more welcome for it.
Yeah, sure. First one that comes to mind is Zelda 2.
That's your answer then. Don't say anything else.
Why is that?
I just
He
think-
didn't ask why. He just
Oh,
just
okay.
said
Oh,
why.
My bad.
oh, I just
No.
Never mind.
No. I know Brian, and I didn't want him to be like. And also, we could also do this game and this game and this.
Oh
No, I was holding. I was not doing that. Yeah, I was not doing that. I was just taking the first one that came out.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay, so why Zelda 2 then?
I
You
like
may
Zelda. I like
elaborate.
Zelda 2, and I want more people to enjoy it.
Okay,
And
can
think-
I piggyback on you because I was also going to say Zelda 2.
Oh, well, I can say something else.
I was also gonna say fucking Zelda too.
I'm the only one with the
I hate it
idea,
here.
I'll take it.
Brian, stand up for you don't have to change your answer just because I have the same one.
Stand up for yourself, Poindexter.
Yeah, come on. No, yeah, I was gonna pick Zelda 2 because I think they could do really cool things with that concept nowadays and make it like really cool. So I think back on the NES, I like the ideas of it. I just like I would like it to be fleshed out a lot more, and I think it'd be really cool.
I would like to see more 2D Zeldas like that, side scroller, like an RPG kind of stuff like that. I think if Zelda 2 got remade, people would enjoy it if they fixed some stuff that people didn't like. It could go on to something bigger, and they could not be typecast into Breath of the Wild, or it could be a different,
Yeah, well, I think it was ahead of its time. It was just like I mean, if you look just down the road, we had Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's like, oh, you can make a really cool action 2D RPG.
They took bits from Dragon Quest, added it in, made it RPG, and then made it a Zelda game.
Hmm.
I'm gonna change my answer then. I'm gonna do Metal Gear Snake's Revenge, the unofficial sequel to Metal Gear. That was only on NES. They should remake that, but like as an actual Metal Gear game.
Like a Metal Gear Solid style, or just
Yeah. But yeah, like Metal Gear Solid, because and then like make it tie in some great because they already shitted they already shitted and farted all over the Metal Gear stuff with Metal Gear Survive, so they might as well just go crazy.
Mm.
Me and Kojima.
You know how they did F-Zero 99? I want Balloon Fight 99.
oh shit.
99 red balloons
Red balloon.
floating in a summer sky.
Do it again.
99 Luff balloons.
Loof.
I was doing the Goldfinger version. Yeah,
Dude, that's my version too. That's my fucking jam.
yeah, it's a good version.
I like gold. Oh, that's
Okay,
Gold
Brian.
Member. Never mind. I don't know Goldfinger. I was thinking Gold Member. Never mind.
You don't know Goldfinger?
Finger.
Oh boy, Brian.
He's the man with the golden gun.
Touch.
You know that song,
Too much.
Brian? You ever played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
No, I never have.
Well,
Oh, make a video response. You got a
Never
day.
mind.
You can stream
don't-
it.
I don't really like. I have no desire to play a skateboarding game though.
Oh, it's got a lot of platforming elements in
Yeah.
it.
Does it?
Oh,
Brian,
yeah.
he'll
yeah.
play some fucking game where he talks to a tomato or something. That's what he likes.
Yeah, he likes his
Okay,
tomato
what
talk.
skateboarding games exist on the NES?
TNC Surf Designs, Skater Die, Rad. One
Yeah,
and two.
Skater Die 1 and 2.
TNC
Yeah, those are big
TNC
ones.
Surf Designs Gorilla Safari, which is more of a platformer kind of TNC sequel to TNC. I guess.
Which one is your favorite?
California Games has a skating game in it.
Yep. Probably TNC. Just because of the music's so great. And that
begins
game,
with a
that's
T.
great.
I'm willing to allow a high score run for TNC just for Brian.
Oh, I don't want to play TNC Surf Design though.
Brian, is that a tone? The tonester.
Play Skate or Die.
I'll turn it on and listen to the music because the music's great, but I don't really.
Brian, high score community contest. We need you. The
Oh.
Button Mappers community needs you. And this is coming out after the thing anyway, so it doesn't matter. But
I mean, I could throw on TNC and do something real quick if you want.
We've only asked you 50 times.
Spencer, Alex, do you?
Yeah, we're only pulling your fucking leg here.
Yeah. If you really want it, it's
Jocking
like,
your
we
chain.
just asked you like 5 times in a row.
God, I have to put a game in my NES and play it for 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's kind of
It's
insulting
not
when you
bad.
stream for
I
5
gotta-
hours a day.
I gotta clean it with the Q-tip.
You can't make 3 minutes or less, you know? Just
Well, I don't want Spencer to insult Dragon Quest 2 again, like I did when I played Dragon Quest 2 for RPG Month.
Wait, did I insult Dragon Quest 2?
Yes,
What did I say?
he said he's playing the terrible NES version and the music's terrible. Something not exactly like that.
Chat wreck.
Oh yeah, for the NES. Oh my god, that music was ear grating though.
And
You're in
I
the
like
tunnel of
music.
terror or whatever the hell the fuck that cave was.
And
And
I don't know if I could take him insulting TNC.
you were like, it's got beautiful music, and the music was like, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep, beep,
The beautiful, soothing song.
beep. Sound like some fucking dying animal.
Yeah.
amazing.
Teddy, did you answer?
He said balloon fight.
Well, 99 balloons.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I forgot. I immediately forgot. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was a serious answer. We can go next. We'll go to the cynicist himself, Mr. Terry309.
Oh boy.
Which game that didn't get released on NES would you have liked to have seen get released on NES?
Like a D-make?
I think he means like
I think even it
Famicom.
could be like, Sega or a non-localized game. That's a good
Well, that's
Oh.
interpretation.
If you want to talk like Famicom, I like a lot of the Namco games, so I'll probably choose one of those. And I'm gonna go with Tower of Babel. Right? That didn't get one, right, Brian?
Yeah, that's one. It was released on Switch under a different name this past year, I think. I forget what it was called on the Switch release.
I have it on Switch, but I have it through like the Namcot
Namcot,
collection through the Japanese shop.
Which
So
that was Namco's way to get around Nintendo's only released so many games a year. They had it like Ultra, Konami had Ultra, Namco had Namcot, so they could release more games than Nintendo allowed for the year. Sorry, Alex.
how lazy. Let's just add a T.
Yeah. Yeah, I played a little bit of that. I don't know how to, I was, just fired it up. I didn't know how to play it though, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
Tower of Babel is like a puzzle platformer. I almost talked about it today.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle platformer
neat.
where you have to like drop Tetris L's to like find your way around like castle levels and stuff, and like find keys and doors. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. It gave me a Solomon's Key vibe. Maybe that was just the graphics, but I didn't know how to play it. I know stuff was dropping and you had to build like platforms, like you said, but I didn't make it past the first screen.
I like Alex's interpretation of a D-make. So I want to see Skyrim on the NES. I want to see that version because I don't think it might be the one version that doesn't
exists.
exist.
It's called Crystalis.
You kind of have Ultima. The Ultima games are kind of like that.
Now,
yeah, you do actually have Ultima.
I'd probably say Final Fantasy 3. That would be mine.
To be D-made. To the Atari.
Yeah.
D-make
I'm
even
still taking the D-make concept, but now applying it to Famicom games.
I actually wanted to play on a Casio calculator.
Yeah.
TRS.
Dude, I definitely did that in high school. I was playing on my TI-83, the Mario, he makes.
That's
Hard.
Everyone like
I've
there was
seen
that one
the-
kid
the-
who was able to transfer over the game to other people's TI-83s, so everybody had it at one point.
It's always that one kid who can do that stuff for you. Yeah.
Brian?
If it's me, I'm going to go with a Namco game as well, and that's Splatterhouse One Paku the Graffiti. It's basically a demake of Splatterhouse on the NES with leveling up systems. When you kill enemies, you level up and your life bar increases. It has a lot of cutesy, like deformed characters, like Rick's like a deformed character. And it's a platformer, of course, but it's a little horror themed. I think it's on a Switch collection, Pac-Man Switch collection.
It's on
somewhere.
one. No. Shut up, Brian.
that was
It's on
Splatterhouse.
one of the Namco. Brian, shut up. It's on one of the Namco Museum archives, either Volume 1 or 2. I forget which one, but
Well, to be fair, I was talking first and you interrupted me.
Wow. There you go, Brian. Hit back.
No, but
Come back, Shannon.
Brian interrupted me during.
Brian,
Tower of
make
Babel,
fun of
so
his
this is
parents
unfair.
too. Make fun of his parents. Say something about him.
Yeah, my parents are happy and still together. Make fun of that.
Clown him.
I had a good family home growing up. Make fun of it. Make fun of it.
Yeah, hit
Your
him.
parents raised a lovely guy.
Who's that? Your parents love you.
Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. I expect
No,
some more fire out of you.
I have none. I'm drained from the work. Like when you get to be my age and you're working, like you just want to get through it, and just play a game and get done with stuff, so you can go on to the next day.
All right.
I always wonder how many people on your stream like think I'm just like the worst person because I show up for like 5 seconds and then I insult you and I leave.
There's at least just one here. I know one here. I'm just kidding, Alex.
No.
Well, speaking of your parents,
I'm
I'll go
not.
mother. That's my
Oh
answer.
yeah.
Mother is my answer too. I'm changing it. That's a much better answer.
Mother,
Tell your
children not to
children
walk my way.
not to walk my way.
Not to hit my words.
Sometimes wish
I mean what they say.
Carry on,
Mother.
carry on.
I think you're on the wrong. I think you're on the
Nothing
wrong song.
really matters.
Yeah, you're mixing up
Wait, that's
Kansas
Queen.
and a Queen together.
Kansas.
Yeah, Carry On, My Wayward Son. Was that where you're going?
No, he was doing.
What? No, he was.
he was
Queen,
doing
Bohemian
Bohemian
Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
did Carry On and then went into Queen. My mistake.
In the song, that she does say, "Carry on, carry on."
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, Teddy's over here performing like an old school jukebox musical. He's just mixing a bunch of like classics together.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Carry on, my wayward mother.
Wayward mother.
Can I just say, I think Mother gets a bad rap. People are like saying, "Oh, I can never play Mother," but I played Earthbound and Mother, and they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. It's a
Mother
remake.
looks gross. Like Mother, I think if I played Mother first, it would be fine. But now, since I've played a little bit of Earthbound, when I look at Mother, it looks like somebody sat on Earthbound, and I'm like, I don't want to play that.
Remake.
Alex, welcome to every classic game I've ever played. They all look like ass.
What? Like, is it good ass?
So you don't like? Wait, you
Like-
don't like
like-
any
like-
classic game? How it
Not
looks?
really.
Like
No.
Wario's ass?
Like Wario. They
So
all
you
look like Wario's ass.
So you don't like
Wario's plump ass?
Fat, hairy, and smelly.
Yeah.
Wario ass. Okay, next question.
Well, we farted and shitted all over that question. Moving on.
Thank you for the question.
Majority. What is your first NES memory? Brian may have to dig back the deepest. Let's go in order of youngest to oldest.
What?
So,
Brian was 25. He knows what what's up.
Who's going first? I can go first.
Alex.
Okay,
Alex should go first.
I'll go first. Dear God, I'm gonna forget, and Spencer's gonna forget. So forgive me, audience. But if I remember, I'll send them the picture. I have a picture of whenever I was like 3 or 4, passed out on the couch with an
I love that
NES with a
picture.
controller leading up to my couch, and that was my parents' NES, and they had like a handful of games. One of them is actually the game I'm going to talk about today. The other ones were like Bubble Bobble and Mario Duck Hunt. And I remember playing those games, specifically Bubble Bobble and Mario Duck Hunt a lot as a kid, and not really being good, but like I don't know, those like games made an impression.
Yeah, I know you're a big
Very
Bubble Ball
unbeat.
fan.
Bubble Bubble.
Bubble Bubble.
Bubble Bubble.
Yeah, I love that picture. I saw that picture. That picture is great. He looks like he's drunk on NES, just like laying there. Because his feet don't even touch the floor. He's like on this huge couch.
Yeah, I'm like,
laying there.
yeah, I'm like 3 or 4 years old. I just look like I've just fucking died next to an NES on a couch.
Like overloaded of enjoyment, and his little brain couldn't take it.
Teddy, you're second youngest.
Next oldest is me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm up. So
Wait, don't you mean next youngest?
Well, the next.
next youngest. Either works syntactically.
You said next oldest.
Yeah, the next.
you're-
so
he's
I'm
older
going
than
up
you.
the ladder.
So it kind of works.
Well,
but-
that is.
But
Okay.
also next youngest does work, so I think they're both okay to say. For you, I'll say next youngest. The next least youngest. Next most youngest.
Yeah, there we go.
is me. So I never owned an NES until Brian gave me the hookup. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
Before that, my first time seeing and playing an NES was at the local shopping mall. I cannot place it. I don't know if this was in New York or Hawaii or even somewhere else that I vacationed, but there's a little kiosk where they were playing Super Mario Bros. 1, and I pestered somebody, maybe my parents, to stop for a sec so I could play a couple levels. And I remember cruising through the first world and getting to the warp pipes over 1, 2, and a couple people watching, and kind of like, wow, like, and then we had to go. But that was like my first time playing the OG NES and the first Mario Bros. It was my first time playing the first Mario Bros, but playing it on the actual hardware.
Nice.
I'm the next least most older youngest, so I will go next. I've never owned an NES. I've never been given an NES by Brian, so thank you for nothing.
Oh, now I'm guilty.
In fact,
He doesn't want it. Don't feel bad.
in fact, I have Brian has yet to even invite me to his Discord server. So there's that. Interesting. Interesting that it works out.
You don't
that
want to
way.
be there.
No, I don't even check it hardly. I'm sorry. I can
Okay.
send you an invite, but there's not. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm sorry. I'll send you an invite. I don't like to bother people.
Okay.
There's
a picture.
Yeah, I was trying to find it for Spencer. There you go.
Thank you. I'll make sure to not use it. So
and nothing's changed.
Yeah. But my first memory, I think I was at a friend's house, and I don't know the first game I saw, but it's either Mega Man, first Mario, Duck Hunt, or maybe Ninja Turtles. Not the arcade, the other one. One of those.
I wish you said something really obscure for the last one, like Mario, Duck Hunt, Mega Man, and
Palamedes.
yeah, it's just something really out there. probably one of those.
Captain Comic.
Brian, we're trying to go in order of age, but I'm looking at your age, and it's just like an infinity symbol. Why is that?
I was born in the year of our Lord, 19.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's your turn then.
So yeah, 1988, third grade.
Oh, I thought you said 1907.
Sorry, thank you for correcting me. It was a time before the Great War. America was prospering. Before French Ferdinand died and everything went to hell. But anyway, 1988.
I saw the NES at the World's Fair.
Along with the light bulb. The incandescent light bulb was there. It was great.
First car.
Yeah, the Model T was affordable for all, so everybody could have a Model T and get around. Roads were being constructed. Even though,
They said get the NES in any color you want as long as it's gray, right?
But yeah, besides And they didn't care about having that gray zapper either. You could have a gun look as real as a gun as you wanted back then. You know,
Dang.
they didn't
It
care.
was actually
about
just a
making
real
harm.
gun. They just gave you an
They
actual gun in
gave
the
kids
box.
a real gun. Yeah,
Fucking
you could
regulations.
just shoot it. Yeah. And besides
You
all
just
that
shot
stuff,
the TV.
yeah, besides like the light bulb, electricity, I was more impressed with the NES than all that stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the NES, third grade, '88. I was joined a lip sync because I wanted to make friends. So we had to go to a friend's house, and the friend's name was Brett, and he had everything. He had an NES with a whole bunch of games, the NES TV stand with Mario on it, and he had a list of games there. So we went there to practice for lip sync. And the song that we had, well, you don't need to know the song. It's not important.
It is important.
No, what? No. What's the
It's
song?
the
What's
most
song?
important thing you've said so far.
It was Everybody Walk the Dinosaur by Everyone Get on the Floor, Everybody Walk the Dinosaur. It was a night like this 30 million years ago. I lit a cigarette. I taught a monkey how to something. I did
That is something.
da 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 da. Da 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 da, and I something Miami Vice. I walked the dinosaur. So we had to go there, and we had to practice. So I went there, and it was he had a Nintendo there, and he had some games there. I think he had Contra, Mario 2, Mario 1, Super Off Road, and those are the ones I remember. I don't remember which played first, but the one I gravitated towards the most was Super Mario Brothers 2. I think I went home and I probably bugged my parents. This in '88, it was either before my birthday in November or at Christmas. I got a NES, either '88, late '88, early '89. So Mario 2, which is why that game's so special to me. But I don't have
combined with lip syncing "Walk the Dinosaur."
Yeah.
That's the new
and
hit.
the lip sync went all right, by the way. So
Always does.
Yeah, that's what I was most worried about.
The lip sync, yeah.
How'd the lip sync go though?
Yeah.
it's good. It was good. I was hopped up on Nintendo Power, so I was.
Did you make friends?
I
Did you
did.
win?
That's good. That's the most important thing.
The friend
Did you win?
the friend I made along the way, he was my friend until
Oh
later
my God.
in high school, and then we kind of broke apart because I was.
I have a genius idea for a new movie. You ever see like the movies that are like the like cheerleading competitions or like the like different bands and stuff? I want like a movie, but it's a lip syncing competition, but it's like really competitive.
Yeah,
It stars Brian.
that'd be good.
Well, I don't know anything about cheerleading.
You didn't listen to a damn
I had
word.
an
Oh,
itch
that
to-
was-
you weren't-
yeah.
you weren't listening.
Never mind.
Brian once again receded into his own mind for a minute, Fable 3 style, going through the menus.
Sorry.
Walk the Dinosaur. That's forever Brian's thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah, that song's very special.
That should be the name of your channel.
Yeah.
That should be the name of your channel because you are a dinosaur.
Walk the Dinosaur.
Dinosaur walking or something, walking dinosaur.
Okay.
Or you know, like
Dinosaur
Christopher Walken.
Dinosaur
walking.
crossing.
Brian, would you
Hey,
consider yourself?
You guys aren't far off from my age, so don't go throwing stones in glass houses quite yet.
Brian, would you consider yourself Cretaceous or Jurassic? What would you say?
I'd say
Or
Jurassic
Ignatius.
because
Or
at least
metamorphic.
I have a spine.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet. I need you to
Hey, I set you guys up good for that one.
defend yourself better, but
Stick up for yourself, Poindexter.
yeah, I think so. Next time Alex says something, you take a shot at him, like take a straight left hook.
Nah, I don't like confrontation.
Oh my god!
Right here, Brian.
Right there.
Come on.
Hit him with the cheek.
No, I couldn't do that. No, Alex sent
She
me.
could.
Alex sent me Yoshi Cookie and Platoon on NES.
I
Oh.
did.
Doesn't get much better
And
than that.
Platoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I also sent them Fable. It all comes
Yeah,
back.
I don't really care for Fable. Sorry.
Right? There you go. Come on.
Soft jab, soft jab.
Alex Fable sucks.
I tried it, and then I went into somebody's house, and people started attacking.
Oh
me.
no! People don't like Fable. It's only like my 120th favorite game or something.
To be fair, I haven't played it long, so it might get better.
Are you a chicken chaser?
No fairness. Don't be fair.
You're just a
We
simple.
would need you to go
I
in,
do like-
Brian.
I do like saying chicken chaser. Chicken chaser.
You're a chicken chaser.
That is
Again,
fun.
Chaisa.
I would think you chase the chuck wagon because you're an Atari guy.
God, what's the next question? Let's go.
It comes from our minister, the prime question minister, BioPhoenix here.
Woo!
All hail.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Is there what's the Canadian theme? Do we know?
Oh,
With,
Canada.
Our great and native land, sweet.
I was surprised
patriot
we
love.
know it.
I
I'm
don't.
surprised they have the
Now I do.
technology to send us their anthem.
I think it's a lot better than ours. Ours is like I don't really care for ours.
I think I made Creed the national anthem.
Yeah. Can you take me higher?
Higher. Over the equator.
America.
Well, the question one, because he gets two questions. I think we should give him 2.5, to be honest. It's the first ever.
What's a
question
half?
minister.
What's a half question?
That's
Yeah.
up for him to decide.
No. 2.5 means 2.5 means that he can type one out. We're gonna read half of it. The front half might be the half.
You can type half a question. Yeah, we can fill the blank for Q3. I don't know. It's up to you, BioPhoenix, if you want your half question or not. But Q1, what is the most graphically impressive NES game you've seen?
Ooh.
Mega Man.
Who?
Metroid?
Mega Boy.
And I don't know if graphically impressive is the right word. I just like... No, maybe it is. Even like the intro
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah, it's good.
No. Kirby's Adventure. I think that game was great.
Mm.
I'd say Super Spy Hunter because they do some kind of like scaling of the sprites when you're going down this road, and it's like kind of cool.
Q2, what NES game is the most unfair?
did Teddy glitch out for anybody else, or was it just me?
It's definitely you.
Okay,
That was
because I know you said NES, but you like glitched out for me, so it's like you said which game?
Which
I
game?
was like, I never played an game. What was the question again? I got distracted by that.
What NES game is the most unfair?
Got every single one.
Kirby's Adventure. I'm just kidding.
Probably Battletoads? Is that Super Famicom? Or is that
No, that's
NES?
NES.
That's
yeah.
that
That was gonna be mine too. But
Sure.
Still can.
no, I'll pick
Battle Kid?
No, let's go. Ghosts and Goblins.
No, that's fair because it has unlimited continues. Battletoads at least has
It makes you
unlimited continues.
It makes you do the whole game twice, and it's already bullshit.
Yeah, but it's only up to you to quit. It's on you if you finish it or not.
Pop, pop,
It's up to you to play the game.
Mm-hmm. So I think Battletoads with the limited
To
continues
make the game easier,
is the
it makes
problem.
the
Of the
game easier
game.
to turn it off.
Alex, as entertaining as that is, I think you need to switch back to Jerry Seinfeld.
Ah, damn.
Oh, he froze
That
up a
can be
little.
Jerry. Yeah, but back to my Jerry prison.
Yeah.
What's the deal
Well,
with this
I'm in Jerry. I'm in Jerry jail.
Jerry jail.
What's the deal with NES games? Why are they so difficult?
I would say Gradius is up there too, because like if you get far in Gradius and you lose your power ups,
You could just turn it off, though, Brian.
Yeah, you can. It's up to you to
just-
to play it or not.
That's basically what you just fucking said to me about Ghosts and Goblins. You could just turn it off. You can
That's
just stop
true.
playing.
No. That's
makes-
okay. But see, Greatest gives you the power and then strips it from you the second you die. So I agree with that.
And it takes a long. See, to beat Gradius, I'd never really played much of it. I think you got to go through pretty much without dying to really get it, have an easy shot at it. I don't know.
And
if that's
like
true or
Wario,
not.
that's a big ask.
Mhm. But
Big ass.
I'm not.
I think they all play like arcade games, and I think arcade games are soul crushingly dumb. So
It's not true.
every single one.
A lot of NES games were getting away from the arcade. They could finally do stuff that the arcade wasn't doing. So a lot of arcade ports were differently developed from the arcade, like Strider. You had
This is our snack intermission.
Here are
So
here
there
are
were-
the exceptions
there
to
were-
the thing you just said.
There were
Strider.
arcade ports. There were arcade ports. A lot of them were early black box games.
There are
No, I think-
snacks in the lobby.
when I
for-
when I play NES games just in general, I still feel like they had the arcade mindset. I mean, clearly they could do things that were different because they didn't have coin inserts, but they all just have the same idea of like, let's make this overly challenging, a lot of memory based stuff.
Yeah,
And
they did
it's-
that a lot
That's like
because
the
you couldn't quarter
RPGs,
feed.
though.
Right.
You play the RPGs games though, right? You play like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, right?
I prefer them.
See,
Yeah.
NES
Yeah, but
was
you
the
played
real
the
first
remake.
system.
But those
that
are
really-
NES
Play them
games.
on the NES.
Right. But
I mean,
I'm
they're
not.
fair, though.
We're not talking about those. We're talking about ones that are annoying and that are unfair. And I just think like
But
Like
you said
Mega Man.
all NES games.
I did not say all NES games. I said just in general. I'm making a general
You
statement.
specifically said You specifically
Okay.
said the entire
I was being-
library, every
okay.
single NES.
I was
game.
I was using
Yeah,
I was
not
speaking
every-
generalities, but yeah, like I played Mega Man, Mario, all of them. I don't really like them on the NES. I just don't find
Those
them.
are not like arcade games, though. Those are different.
I didn't
designs
say they were arcade
specifically
games.
for the American.
Let's go,
I
Brian.
didn't say they were arcade games. I
Go
said they
ahead.
play like
They
arcade
said they
games.
play, and they do not.
No, I mean, I
What's
think there's
up?
a push on NES. I think there's a push on NES away from arcade games.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
We already
It was
talked
the
about
first
Zelda.
console.
Zelda 2 is the
Really.
perfect example of
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, no, and I applaud those efforts to get away from it. I just think that a lot of the platformers play a lot like arcade. They just have a lot of the functions that arcade games that I don't like. So they all remind me of
Zelda
you're-
2?
not
More
Zelda 2.
perfect
So your
example than
answer is
Zelda
you-
1?
Yeah,
No, I'm
Man's
talking about
great.
platformers and the shooter.
Well, Zelda
kind of
2's got more actual
Yeah, Zelda 2
RPG
is a
elements.
direct
Zelda 1.
response to Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made more.
So
of that.
I applaud those moves where
And they
they
did that a lot. Mega Man was Capcom's first attempt at making an actual home version instead of just licensing
I don't
out.
like
ports.
Mega Man.
So that was actually designed not to be like an arcade game. They actually designed it to be a home console.
But to me, it
experience.
plays like an arcade game, and that's
Such
I like the
So
first.
that-
when
I
I
get what
when
he's
I think arcade games, I think like Space Invaders, shooters like that, and older '70s stuff like that.
Okay, well I don't.
Talking pre-
His point
We're
is
talking
that like
pre
it's
before,
still
like, the
set
80s.
up to make you fail. Like it's set up in a way where you have to like keep gaming over until you get better at it.
Yeah, exactly. Because if they made it easy,
You know why?
you'd blow through it. With if you could just credit.
No,
feed
you know
and
why?
blow through it.
Because
Which is the point of the
video-
arcade
Yeah.
experience, right? So
Mhm.
that's his
Right.
point is that this
Video-
still plays like
well,
arcade games.
Yeah.
you see, video rental stores were still a thing. And
Okay.
If a kid rented a game and beat it in a weekend, they're not going to rent it again.
Right.
Maybe.
Mhm. Yeah, that was part of it too.
That's exactly that's exactly why.
And that's why I just think all those games just
Some
feel like
games are like
scams to me. They're just like, well, you have to memorize. Like they take a lot of the skill parts out of it, and it's like you just have to remember that you have to jump on when you're at this pixel, and you have to
yeah,
remember.
there's a lot of memorization. Yeah,
And it's like that's not my thing. I
That's skill.
but there is skill to those games.
Memory skill.
memory
There is
skill.
skill to those games.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there isn't, but it's
I
not
think
my
that's-
kind of game.
I think
That's fine.
that's more skill than being like I should push the attack button and then pushing
Mhm.
the attack button.
I'm not saying anything about any of that. I'm just saying that kind of skill is not my thing. I don't like. Yeah.
Spencer. Just say your answer's yo noid and let's move on.
Is what? Yo Noid?
Noid,
yo
the Domino's Pizza NES.
Remember
game.
Noid?
Yeah, I
remember
know-
We already talked about this.
Yeah.
long time
Okay,
ago.
that's it then. Sure.
No, Spencer's is
there you
Castlevania or something.
It's
No, it's
any
no,
of them.
It's Yo Noid. It's officially
it's-
Yo Noid.
Okay, it's Yo Noid.
It's
Sorry.
placeholder where Yonoid can fit in. Okay,
Yo
thank
Noid.
you. Question.
It's a week of Garfield, which is also a Famicom game that I wish got brought over here. A week of
I
Garfield.
think it's Skate or Die. Is that it?
It's Skate or Die.
That's Brian.
Skater Dies yeah. There's two of them on NES. They were skating games.
or dying games. There's a choice in the title. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
that. Skate or die. I choose die.
I made my choice.
The second or that first one has a nice picture of it looks like Rodney Dangerfield in it. Kind of a cool picture of guy
The
looks like
sequel
Rodney
was Skate
Dangerfield.
and Die, same time.
Oh shit.
That'd be tough to do.
Yeah,
Well,
they
for me,
didn't
I
take my
died. I
choice
took
in
a
the
skate
first
board.
game into consideration because the sequel really should have let me continue my story from when I died. But they assumed that I skated. I didn't.
Skate after death.
Skate or Die is the first game with multiple endings, maybe.
Yeah.
an after
Take
game
that.
life. Afterlife
Take
games.
that, BioWare.
yeah. Skater Die 2. The canon story is that you skated.
And then you died. Deaded. Died. Eated.
This is where the timelines
Yeah,
diverge.
the time. If we look at the Skater Die timeline, it diverges. And this
You have
is
the skate arc.
the
and the
skate
death arc.
one has Skater Die 2 branching off.
I can't wait for this Skate or Die Historia.
yeah, I'll buy it.
It'll make sense.
Skater fails, skater succeeds timeline.
Yeah, it will ironically make more sense than the Zelda timeline.
But there's a third timeline. There's a third timeline where the skater chose to neither skate nor die, and that's where the third timeline takes place because that's what the Zelda timeline does.
Yeah,
that's the most depressing one at all because he just lives a mundane, boring life.
Yeah. It
with
turns
a wife and
to
5 kids.
oddly it branches into Work Simulator, a game that came out many years later.
Spiritual successor,
yeah. For the Skater Die timeline.
Okay. Well, we skated through those questions. Leave us questions for Wario Month.
I don't know. I feel like we died.
Oh, wait. No, we didn't. There's one from Legend of Leo. I didn't realize this is a question. This is like a whole setup. Okay. This is the last question. You're trapped in dingy, locked warehouse. Which NES character do you want with you to MacGyver yourselves out of there? No blowing holes in the wall with energy weapons or anything like that.
What is it? What am I trapped in? Dingy?
A dingy, locked warehouse. Think Shenmue.
Oh, God.
But that's it, though. I'm just in a warehouse. Like, like nothing's happening. I'm just in a...
Trapped.
Wait. I'm trapped in it, and then I'm going to have to get out using an NES character?
Yeah, and you have an NES character with you to MacGyver out of there with you.
What are you asking? Which of the NES characters is going to watch my back as I go broke back? That's what he did to my question last time, so I had to do his question.
Which of the NES characters? Wait, how do only you go broke back? Does the NES character go broke back with you?
Oh,
no one broke back alone. How does that work?
What's broke back?
I wish I could quit you.
Oh, Brian.
Come on. I know it's not John Wayne, but come on. Like, Westerns have evolved.
Can I go first on this one?
Brady Pitt.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would pick the Blob from Boy and His Blob because he could touch him a punch Jelly Bean and just punch right through the wall and go out.
We're not allowed to blow through the wall.
No, he's a character. It's a character. It's his ability. He can just go through the wall. You feed him a jelly bean.
Teddy, isn't it in the rules? And isn't it in the rules you can't blow through the wall?
He's not blowing through the wall.
Blowing holes in the wall with energy weapons or anything like that.
It's not an energy weapon. It's a blob.
Is it like an energy weapon?
It's because the wall goes back to normal whenever the blob comes back.
No.
It's like it was the hole wasn't even
Spencer,
there.
can you put up a big disqualified thing over Brian right now because he is disqualified? Thank you.
Actually, I think Brian is kind of right because he does not blow a hole through the wall if he just finds a way to seep through it. So, in a way, he's kind of right.
Yeah, and the hole comes back to the wall comes back to its form.
Wall must be intact.
It remains intact after the blob's done.
I'm going to choose Samus because if we are going broke back, at least I get a happy surprise in the end or something, you know?
I thought you were a guy!
Wait, if you're expecting a guy, that wouldn't be a good surprise.
I know,
right?
yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, it depends. You know, it depends on your sexuality.
What are these tits?
Get these tits away from me.
How do you know Brokeback Mountain wasn't a bisexual movie? You don't.
Me, I know Brokeback Mountain. I just don't know what the term Brokeback Mountain means.
He had a wife. I'll have you know. I think.
Yeah, we call those beards in the community.
What do we call beards?
A gay guy who has a wife is the wife is a beard.
Oh.
Okay.
The only
he
term I know is
because he covers you.
Bear and cub, which makes bears and cubs make no sense to me because I don't think the gay community understands how nature works. Because a
Okay.
bear and a cub does not. That's not how that aligns.
Well, 3 out of 4 of us today have beards, so
Yeah, I talk to her every day.
there you go.
Coming back around. I got the joke. It was good.
Damus can be the beard. There you go.
I say, honey, can you get my sunscreen, please? I'm gonna go get a tan.
Much wrestling.
Yeah, and watch my wrestling. Don't be suspicious. I would pick Link because he can always find keys and therefore can unlock the door.
And if you're going
Please
Brokeback,
open door.
I can
access.
He can fool me. Put a little rouge on him.
Hey! Have you seen his death sprite in Zelda 2? It looks like he's got a big old wang. I know it's a sword because it's a silhouette. And it looks like he's got a big old wang, you know?
It would be a bit of a distraction from yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I should have noticed I should have known from Alex would come up with something like that.
Does
Typical
Sophia the Third, the tank from Blaster Master, does that count as a character? It has a name.
I think it does. I think that's good. It does. It's a tank.
Okay.
I-
Sophia
you
the
just
Turd.
get the
is
Wah, wah.
Anyway, I'm fucking a tank.
Easy access.
That's what I'm into.
Get
Hey,
through that
whatever,
exhaust
Fletch.
port.
Wait, no blowing
No, dude,
holes
tanks
in the
are already
walls.
pretty erotic. I mean, the big,
Yeah,
the
you
big
can't
cannon
blow a
art
hole
looks
in
like
the
a
wall,
big wing,
though.
you know?
Disqualify Jerry.
Did I say I was gonna blow a hole in the wall?
He's only gonna have sex with
Oh,
her.
you're just gonna blow.
I just want to fuck the tank.
Just want to blow a hole in the tank.
Okay.
I
close.
never said we would make it out of there. No.
Okay, the condition is no blowing holes in the walls with energy weapons or anything like that. So if it's anything like blowing a hole in the wall,
But
would you blow a hole in
he's
the
not
tank?
gonna
He's
do.
gonna
He's not
blow
gonna blow a hole in the
Oh,
wall.
it's
He's
not
just
gonna
gonna.
be a
He's just
hole.
gonna. have
We're
sex
not
with the
gonna
tank.
leave. Yeah,
He's
I never
blowing a
said our
hole
plan.
in the tank.
That's true.
No, he's
No,
blowing-
no. Just the tank's
thing
gonna blow a
is-
hole through me.
Oh,
Let's make that clear.
Whoa.
Wow. Jesus.
Unexpected. Unexpected.
Have you seen like
So-
some of the weapons this thing has?
Oh yeah.
Alex is taking a torpedo.
We're gonna turn the temperature
Oh yeah. I
up.
have.
Hot tub. All right, granted.
Pull through
That's a good
me.
All right, thanks, Leo.
Thank
Legend
you.
Leo. Okay, we're gonna move into our segment, NES Game Talk. What NES games did you bring to the table for this month for Game Talk? Very excited to find out. Brian, tell us about your NES game of choice.
Sure, Teddy, I'd be happy
Game. Singular game.
to. My NES game of choice is Shadow of the Ninja by Natsume. Oh, darn it. I had a joke, but I blew it. Can I start again? Hold on.
Oh
Yes.
no. Yep. Start again.
There we go.
Rewind.
So, guys,
Alex is sharpshooting
I'm
ready.
going to ask you 3 questions here. Do you like platformers on the NES?
No.
No.
Okay, do you like ninjas?
No.
No.
Do you like do you like co-op games?
Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I like co-op games.
Okay, then I got a game for you. It's one of the most popular ninja
That
games.
was your joke? No, that was not a joke. By definition, that is not a joke. There was no punchline.
Yeah.
You just ask us a series of questions.
that was a quiz.
I didn't even answer.
Well, you didn't let me get to
Oh
it.
yeah, that was a pop. That was the pop quiz. Did you get this mixed up?
No, he's
Okay.
got the punchline's to come. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Then I got, if you like ninjas, fast-paced action, and platformers on the NES, then I got the
You
game
didn't
for
ask us
you.
about action.
That's right. I'm talking about the one and only ninja platformer that everybody thinks of on the NES, starring your favorite ninja, and that's Shadow of the Ninja. Did you get the joke?
Because it's supposed to be about one of the other ninjas.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's supposed to be
it's just
Shinobi.
Wrong console, but that's the same gist.
No,
of-
Shinobi's on NES.
Oh, wait,
Don't
no,
even
yeah,
at me.
But that's a terrible port. I got
Still
you.
there.
Yeah, Shinobi is on the NES, so yes, you could go with Shinobi. But I was thinking Ninja Gaiden. That was the punchline. Probably wasn't too good, but Shadow of the Ninja by Natsume.
Wow.
I haven't played a game by these guys I don't like yet. This is a co-op ninja game. It's a side-scroller platformer like Ninja Gaiden, but it's a lot more slower paced. Ninja Gaiden is all about fast action. One enemy dies in one hit. In this game, enemies die in a few hits. BioPhoenix brought up when he was watching me play it that the enemies take too much health, and that is they take too many hits, which is kind of true. But it's a more thinking man's ninja game. You have to there's 5 stages and 3 parts each. You get 5 or so continues, and you can pick one of 2 ninjas. One begins with an H, Haru something, and another is Karita, I want to think. Don't really remember. But you start out, you have 2 weapons. You have a sword that you can extend by getting a power-up, and that lasts as long as you get hit, I think, 2 or 3 times, and then it goes back to the short sword. That's my favorite weapon, because I just like using a sword as a ninja. And then you have I don't know what it's called, but it's like a spinny little thingy that has a point at the end that you swing, and it has a longer reach,
Flail?
but it's like a
Mace?
flail. Yeah, like a flail or a mace, but it's a ninja weapon. Like a scythe. Like in Dragon Quest, you have the sickle, chain sickle. It's kind of like that, but it's like a ninja weapon. You have a longer reach.
Kusari Gama.
Yeah, that might be it. I'm gonna say that's it. But you have a longer reach. You can power that up to be even longer, but it's a little weaker. You also get different power ups. There's these little things you can hit, and they give you power ups. Like think of Candle in Castlevania or something. You in the power ups is either health. You get a little bit of health or a lot of health, and you have special weapons. So there's a ninja star, which gives you a little bit of a ranged attack, and a bomb, which gives you explosive power, but it kind of like drops on the floor and rolls down on enemies below you. It's good for. So they're good, but the problem is with it is they replace your other weapon. There's no way to switch it off by hitting select. So you have to run out of that weapon before you go back to your normal weapon. So I wish you could kind of change that, like hit select and like maybe you want to save that to a boss or some tough area. So that's a bad part about it that not bad, but I don't like it. It's very pattern recognition, so Spencer wouldn't like it. So the difficulty in the game is learning the levels, learning the patterns, learning the enemies, which Spencer's right about. A lot of games are pattern recognition, and this is no different. But the music's great. It has a really jamming soundtrack. This game has a subtle difficulty. Subtle. I said subtle, but I meant subtle. It starts out, and the last level is by far the toughest. So first time you play it, you'll probably get to stage 3 or 4 before you run out of continues. Probably stage 3. Second time you'll get a little bit further, and the third time you'll probably make it to the third or fourth time you'll probably make it to the last stage. But the difficulty spike really starts from there. There's a gauntlet you got to run through all these guys throwing javelins at you, and you got to take the right way to get to health. And it's all about learning the enemy's types, which a lot of these old NES games are about learning the enemy types, positions in the game, Castlevania or anything like that. Mega Man. You got to learn where they're at, and you get better by playing it. It's very addictive in that nature. Like you want to do better. It's not long like a lot of NES games. Like even though it's difficult, once you learn it, you can breeze through it in under an hour or so, like a lot of NES games are. The last boss has a lot of health, so you got to kind of learn his pattern a lot before and hammer at him before it starts going down. And just really great music too. I wish I could play it. The music. It is getting a remake on modern consoles by the guys who did the Pocky and Rocky Tango project. They did Pocky and Rocky and Ninja Saviors, Return of the Ninja Warriors, and Wild Arms Reloaded. It's coming out, I think, later this year or early next year. Probably more early next year, but it's getting a full modern convenience remake. And that's one of the reasons I picked this one, because it's also on Switch Online. I wanted to pick something that people could actually play, and I think if they didn't emulate, and this is one that's available. Also, the remake is coming out, so I figured I'm excited for the remake. I want to pick it up because it looks really good. Like modern graphics, probably change some things on the game, make it more accessible to people. and the original composers are back making the music. That's Shadow of the Ninja, or it looks like an N, so Shanao, but good game. I know Spencer. It's probably not up your alley, but that's okay. But if you like platformers, and good NES platformers you haven't tried, try it out. It's on Switch, or you can just emulate it, or whatever you want to do, or play the remake later, coming out next year.
I want.
Yeah, the artwork's cool too. So there's the two ninjas. The girl is called K something, and the boy is called H something. I never actually played the co-op.
The girl's called I don't know her name, and the boy's also I don't know.
Boy, I don't know. H. I don't know.
But there's no difference. They're just like one's orange, one's blue.
Arumaki.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
Sorry.
The boy's name is Hayate,
okay. Thank you.
and the other one is Kaide.
Yeah, and there's no thank you, Spencer. There's no difference in playing ability. They're just different colors. And I never played 2-player because I don't have friends, so I don't have somebody to play with.
You have friends.
So I just decided.
They're your friends.
Thank you, but I don't think. Well,
Yeah.
I think only 2 of 3 of you would actually play this co-op with me.
I would play with
I
you.
take offense to what you said
Spencer
about.
Jack.
Yeah, I take offense to what you said about Spencer because I've said this before in our Shinobi map out, and I'll say it again. Spencer is the most ninja guy I know. Yeah, see?
He's worked on his ninja culture.
I didn't
He's
see
really
it.
getting it now.
These are
I'm
couldn't
proud
ninja
of
see it.
him.
stars. These are stars.
Yeah.
Well, he bought that Shinobi arcade machine, so
Yeah, I've been playing it. Whatever.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
Shinobi arcade machine. Wow.
Yeah.
whatever. It's in my gym. It's in my home gym.
It's in my home gym. Yeah, it gets
I
me.
run a trip.
I do it
I run a
before,
Kind of a
treadmill.
ninja guy.
Shinobi.
between sets. Yeah.
Jim, what's a Jim? You mean a Gaim?
A Gaim. Oh, a Gaim.
It's a Simpsons reference. I've tried to get another Simpsons reference in.
I
Sorry.
appreciate
Since my
that.
joke at the beginning wasn't good, I figured I'd try to make up for
You
it.
should have
Can I-
played this. Well,
You got
so since your joke wasn't good, you stole another thing.
Yeah, you stole another bad joke. Hey, can I give you some praise, Brian? Can I do that?
Oh, what's coming here? You're gonna. This is a trick.
This is a trick? No trick
star.
here. There's no trick. I want to praise you because you picked a game, and I love that you strategically picked a game that people could play today. Like there's means for them
Yeah.
to play it today,
Yeah.
and because there's a remake coming out,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we can
I
actually-
put thought into it.
we can generate some buzz. So I do appreciate that. And I know Alex is going to pick some game that nobody's ever
If this
heard
is a
of.
jab, no,
and
no.
nobody
If
will
this
look
is
up
a jab
ever
at
again.
me,
It is a jab.
Evolution Dino Dudes is on the PS5. Just so we're all clear about that.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, Brian's never heard of it. Would you believe that?
You talking about Dino Wars?
Look, 1 in a million. 1 in a million. It's Brian. Never.
Yeah, it's definitely him. He's the only one who's
Plays
never heard
Wario
of
on the
it.
Virtual Boy. Never heard of Dino Dudes.
But no, I do appreciate that, Brian. So thank you for that.
I know you guys think I don't put thought into this, but I do put thought into it.
Yeah. So Brian, where did
Yes.
you
So Spencer,
get this game?
I got this in either.
Years.
I got this in
Sears.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, either Dormont or the south side of Pittsburgh or Squirrel Hill in around 2013, 14.
22,013.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Timeline
22,014.
expanded.
I used to work at a video game store when NES games were cheap, so I got a lot of cheap games that way.
The reason I ask is that in 1991, GamePro ran a contest for this game, or ran a contest,
Whoa.
and the prize was this game. They gave away 10 copies of it, and it was an exclusive edition which had a password feature not included in the retail versions.
I was a GameSpro subscriber since '92, and I never knew that.
Well, this happened in 91.
Just missed out. Yeah.
Oh,
Right after. Sorry,
Yeah.
right before you joined.
My first
December
one
of
was called
91?
Jurassic Park on it, so that's why I never heard of it. That makes sense. It's all coming together now.
Yeah.
I'm not
is
crazy.
that why you walk the dinosaur? Jurassic
Yeah.
Park? Okay.
You know what? I could
think-
walk this.
I like how it comes.
Yeah,
back.
you know what?
Yeah, but my first game Crow had Jurassic Park on it. I don't think it was in that one.
No, it was a 91. So anyway,
This might have been 91 though. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So another interesting bit is Natsume began development of a Game Boy version of this.
Yes, it's called Ninja Gaiden Shadow,
You got it, Ninja Gaiden Shadow.
which is a fun game too. It plays a lot like this. It's a lot shorter and a lot easier. Not that this one's overly difficult, but this is probably the difficulty on it. This is probably a little bit. If you could beat Castlevania, Mega Man 2, Mega Man, you could beat those type of games is about that kind of difficulty. Maybe a little easier, just a scotch.
I'd beat Mega Man 2, Mega Man.
Mega Man 2 or Mega Man. Mega Man 2, Mega Man.
Mega Man, is that the subtitle?
Mega Man to the Mega Man. Brokeback
Mega Man
style.
squared.
The subtitle for
Broke
Mega
back.
Man 2 is Mega Man.
I still don't know.
Mega
what-
Man to Mega Man, going broke back.
I still don't know what that means.
Going broke back means
You'll
you're
have
gonna
time.
have gay
After
sex with it.
No, don't.
On the mountain.
No.
Oh.
You gotta tell them.
With a beard
Oh,
nose.
so Brokeback Mountain. Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Brokeback Mountain. I get it.
Who's
Cowboys
Hayato's
fucking.
Brokeback beard?
What? Sorry, I
Who's
didn't hear you.
Who's Hayato's Brokeback lover on the NES?
Be Corrado.
Is that a guy?
Oh
That-
wait, it
That'd be.
it would be Ryu
She's the beard.
That'd be
Hayabusa
Ryu.
or Joe.
Yeah, I
Joe
say
Musashi. It'd be Joe
Okay, if you had to
Musashi.
pick.
Ryu. Oh, Kid Nicky.
Why has it got to be a kid?
That's a kid.
I'll bring the
But
kids.
that makes
Wow.
sense.
No, it's that's for the bear cub community.
No, or,
I think Ayane should fuck
Jackie
that
Chan.
kid.
Yeah.
Okay, Jackie Chan. I could see
From
that.
Action Kung Fu, yeah, or the guy.
Dude,
from,
I would fuck
Kung
Jackie
Fu.
Chan.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Hell yeah.
Who else? There was a lot of names. The guy from Black of the Wrath Mana, but he's a crappy ninja.
Okay.
Let's say the guy from
Yeah,
Shatterhand, maybe.
I don't have
Even
much
though
to
he's
say
not
about this,
ninja.
but questions is like this. So this is after Shinobi,
Yes.
like after Revenge and after Shinobi 3. How would you compare it to those games?
It's a lot easier,
Choose
a
your
lot
words carefully.
shorter. It's a lot. You don't have a double jump. Shinobi's all about the double jump. Shinobi 2, Revenge, and 3 are all about the double jump. And a lot of platforming hazards are a lot more difficult in those games. These ones don't have nearly as hazardous platforming sections. You don't always have a throwing star. You have, like Shinobi 3, you have a sword you can use. And I think in 2 you do too. I can't remember. Maybe you guys can correct me. But this one, your sword is always usually available unless you pick the Kurigami, whatever Spencer said it was. So the platform, I would say the platforming's a little more easier. It's not co-op. Shinobi is not co-op. So this has, if you have people to play with that want to play an old NES game, you could do that. And let's see, it's a lot shorter. And the bosses are nowhere near as great as Shinobi's bosses. I mean, they're good, but they're not like giant biohazard mutant coming out from the ground targeting you with a reticle kind of good.
I missed part of your segment because I'm drinking coffee and it goes right through me like Sophia the Third, so I had to go pee. And so I missed. Is this like a beat 'em up or a platformer?
It's a platformer, ninja platformer. Think
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden or Shinobi, but you don't rescue kids in this one. And it's the stage hazards are not as difficult as Shinobi because you don't have to rely on a double jump. It's a lot shorter. The bosses aren't as big, as overly spectacle like Shinobi.
I
3
just
or
asked
Shinobi
one
2.
question, Brian. I asked if it was a goddamn platformer or beat 'em up. You said to say one of the other.
It's a platformer.
You're gonna go on a rant. Thank you.
Jesus.
You're welcome.
God.
It's a beat former where you form the beat.
Yeah, I think Ninja Gaiden or something like that, but not as fast paced.
Beat back mountain. That's a
You
new
can
one.
you can ignore Alex.
Well, if you want to play
Flat.
the Beatback Mountain game on NES, would be Crash at Demon Head. That would be the Beatback Mountain game.
You can
Because climb a
ignore
mountain.
you can ignore Alex, by the way, Brian. He obviously clearly does not understand the concept of a podcast. So
Oh, I thought that was Jerry Seinfeld. I didn't know it was Alex.
it was Alex disguised as Jerry Seinfeld. He hides. He's a
Jerry's the
coward.
beard.
Yeah,
Damn
Jerry-
it! I've been found out. I'm in Jerry jail.
And there he will stay.
But yeah, but give it a shot if you want, or not. I don't care.
Do you think it'd be more fun co-op? Like if you had friends, would you?
It depends depends on what kind of person you are. If you get annoyed by people playing a game with you, like a Super Mario game, like you don't want them in your way, you want to do good, and they just start messing up, then no. But if you're a little more lenient on that, then yeah, I think it would be fun. It depends on the type of person.
I'm just like,
do you
it
like
depends on what kind of
playing?
person you are. I'm like, I'm a troll person. What about me?
Do you like playing 2-player Contra or 2-player Super Mario Brothers or multiplayer Super Mario Brothers? Wii for new Super Mario Brothers games.
Like same time co-op, same.
Yeah. Do you like that?
It has to be same
if
time.
If you do, yeah, it's same time.
Yeah.
If you like that, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, I like that.
But keep in mind that this is an NES game, so even though I think it's good,
I hope it is.
Maybe you might not.
It
might take.
Co-op makes any game fun. Like at least you're experiencing it with somebody, and it's kind of it makes it more fun. So
Yeah,
it really depends on the
Kind of
like
person.
level design, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, because playing Mario 3D World with you two
it's
was
terrible.
a fucking nightmare.
What are you
It was
talking
fun.
about?
It was stupid, but it was fun.
So
That's the kind of nightmare you want to have.
Yeah, dude, I was freaking drunk.
That can be fun too if you're like a little inebriated or you just want to have fun. But just go into it if you want to make any progress. You probably want to give your other player some leeway, or at least you got to be on the same. If you want to actually beat the game, you guys have to be. Since it's an NES game, you got to play and play again. You have to work together like one cohesive unit, to do it. You can't
Don't do that again, Brian.
I want that to be my new channel, A Little Inebriated.
A little inebriated.
So you
Hey,
have
welcome
to do
back
that.
to Little Inebriated.
That's
Hope you guys drink today.
That's my rap name. Yeah. Yo,
Little
no,
Neeb.
it's Little Inebriated on the Little Neeb on the track.
I got a booze in my head. Kissed it. Ooh, need to throw up.
I need a shorty. I got a 40.
40 ounce. Warm 40 ounce.
I know 40 was a long time ago for you, Brian.
That was only
1940.
Yeah, 1940.
After the
Can
war,
you
right
believe
before
it?
the war,
Hey,
mid-war.
I was thinking about this
1940, the
other
year
day,
I had my first kiss.
No, that was no, never mind.
No, tell.
Good-
oh, okay.
No, don't.
No, I'm not telling.
I'll protect you, Brian. Thanks, Brian. You can pick who goes
welcome.
next. Who's got the NES game you want to hear about?
Well, I think I have an idea what unless you surprise me, Teddy. So I'm gonna go. I think my curious answer is Spencer because he's generally not a fan of NES games, so I want to hear what Spencer has to say.
All right. The game that I chose for NES Month is a game called Crystallis. It is.
Hey, good game.
Yeah. It was developed by SNK. And it's a old school, obviously, action RPG. I'll read the plot synopsis here. Crystallis takes place in a post-apocalyptic world in 2097, 100 years after 1997, October 1st, the end day, when a global thermonuclear war began that reverted civilization to a primitive medieval existence populated with fierce mutated creatures. It reminds me because I just was playing Lies of P, and it's an action RPG, and I feel like Crystallis isn't quite as good as Lies of P. Let me tell you about Lies of P. Lies of P tells the story of Pinocchio, a robotic puppet who
What an awful
differs
name.
from other puppets in his ability to lie, which plays a role during important story decisions.
It's a great game. It's got the worst fucking name I've ever heard. Is Lies of P. I hate that name.
Wait, so P stands for Pinocchio. Lies of Pinocchio.
Oh, your P
Wow.
Yeah.
that comes out of your body.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty genius name once you understand the gameplay. Um,
You would.
But anyway, so I guess Crystallis is it's kind of like a flag bearer for early RPGs. It's got not necessarily an open world, but you know, it has like an overworld that you walk through, and that's where you do a lot of combat, and then you get into caves and there's a lot of puzzle solving. I like that they have magic, because obviously there's a limited amount of buttons, which makes these kind of RPGs a little tricky on older consoles, but they work their way through it by, if you hold your attack for a longer period of time, you charge up a magic attack and can therefore let loose something. And the magic can not only affect enemies, but also will, solve puzzles throughout the world, like destroy rocks or whatever. I didn't get that far in it, just FYI. But I might continue playing. But it's interesting. It's a little bit slower than you would think like a modern RPG would be. It takes quite a long time to level up, and the controls are a little bit finicky. Again, kind of expected for the time. His sword, he lunges with it, and it's very thin, so you have to be a little bit more precise than what you would consider like how they did action RPGs going forward, where it's more of an arc, and so you can hit like a square above you. It's a little bit more precise than that, and you can end up taking a lot of hits accidentally if you're not careful. Not unlike Lies of P, where it's more like a Soulsborne type, like a Bloodborne-ish game, and you have to be very careful and precise with your attacks. But sometimes you lunge, and you get to pick which one you want to do, and the bosses really challenge you with these big bombastic bits of combat, and it allows you to dodge, which is nice. Unfortunately, Crystallis, there's no dodge button, so it's just up, down, left, right, isometric.
Is this secretly a review of Lies of P?
No, not at all, not at all. I'm making it. It's a personal. I'm reviewing Crystallis, okay. Alex. We're talking about Crystallis here. Please don't derail me. The graphics of Crystallis are nice and bright. Kind of reminds me of like Earthbound, where it has like a lot of earth tones to it. The green is very green. Obviously, it's on the NES, so it has limited specs there anyway. But the overworld is nice. I like the change of pace, and when you're going through like inside dungeon type places, it mixes it up enough where it looks better. This is probably a more advanced NES games or advanced NES game than a lot of the older ones. Just you can see that they learned a lot about the graphics at this point, and they were able to do some pretty impressive things. Although I will say, Lies of P, they're able to have a lot more storytelling visually. And while the city looks somewhat familiar, it's definitely in a more futuristic place, which you wouldn't think about when you're playing a Pinocchio game. But it actually does take place in the distant future, where a lot of technology has taken place. And you get to see what happens when man creates robots and they go berserk. That's the excitement of Lies of P. And then
Crystallis,
yeah, that's the excitement of Crystallis that takes place in the future, and it's post-apocalyptic and explosions, and you're a boy. In Pinocchio, you're a doll.
So you actually,
you're very close to being disqualified.
What's up, Brian?
So you played this? Did you play it on a Switch? Is it on a Switch or a collection? How did you play this?
I played this.
Sorry, go ahead.
I played this on the Steam Deck.
Oh, okay. And how far did you get?
I do want to say that. Oh, sorry, Brian, for your question, it is on the SNK Anniversary Collection.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. If
yeah, that's right.
I'm glad you gave it a shot. So you did enjoy it. You think you'll continue it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think I recently played the Game Boy Color version of this, and the NES version is better. They did fix one thing in the Game Boy Color version. I don't know if you got this far yet. The one thing, like you said, limited buttons. The one thing that's a pain about Crystallis, which I don't like about it, is you get multiple swords.
Mm-hmm.
Certain enemies are only weak against certain types of swords. So if you're in a room with 3 different enemies, and one's weak to ice, one's weak to fire, you have to hit start, switch to the fire, kill the one, hit start, switch to the ice, kill the other one, hit start, switch to the lightning, kill the other one. So you're constantly hitting start all the time.
Yeah.
And they fixed that in the Game Boy Color game. So every sword does all the enemies, kills every enemy. You don't have to switch. But the music's a lot worse. They changed the music, which is one of the best parts of Crystallis. The music is Ben Smooche. It's very good.
Yeah. Well, Lies of P also has multiple swords you can use. Some of them are lunge, some are more blunt attack, but they're all weapons that he can use and then customize further through other gameplay mechanics. And that's what I like about these.
Did that first boss and Liza P take you forever? Because that first boss took me forever.
No, I just went back and grind a little bit. See, like that's why I like this over like a game like an older game, like maybe a Crystallis type game, is that
Oh my god!
it makes grinding a lot easier to do and more fun. Whereas in Crystallis,
I apologize
in
to
Crystallis,
our people who clicked on the Crystallis review
Whereas
video on YouTube.
in Crystallis,
You clicked on that expecting a review of Crystallis. You did come to the right place.
You
It was the
came to
right
the
idea.
right place.
It was just, you know.
So can I ask
excuses
you,
I'd
a
be
little
more
off.
upset, but Liza P is very good. I've also been playing that.
so does Liza P? It's a 3D game, I take it. Are the graphics
No,
realistic?
Crystallis. Sorry, Crystallis.
Crystallis. We're talking about Crystallis, Brian.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you could
Brian,
have
talk about
fooled me.
Crystallis.
I didn't know. I heard a lot of Liza P there, so I was like confused there for a
Lies
second.
of
So-
Lies
You
of B.
gotta get on the who's level. Won't get fooled again.
Yeah. Okay. So, did you like? I know you're not a big graphics guy, but you like the graphics enough because I think they're pretty colorful. And I mean, you're dealing with the NES, but I thought they did a good job of varying it up. Except for the caves were a little samey, but I mean, what can you do? But,
That's still a problem today. Is they just usually Ks they're just copy pasted assets. But I mean, it was fine. It it wasn't ugly. The game. I like some of the effects that it has. Like when you're charging up your weapon, there's this cool. There's like particles that fly around you, which looks nice. It doesn't quite look as good as some modern games like Liza P, but it's.
See, I would say modern games. Some of them look like trash 3D games, but I like a lot of old looks. So I'm like kind of opposite with you. I like the charm of older sprites. Maybe trash is a little harsh.
Spencer's thing though is that even the best looking game on the NES is an NES game.
I like that look. Is what I'm saying. I like the NES look. I like the sprites. Yeah.
Prove me wrong, Spencer.
There's charm to it for sure, but not as much charm as
Life at
a
P
doll learning
likes to pee. That's what we learned today.
Learning about
likes
humanity.
To pee. That's the sequel.
Spencer, you're playing Liza P on the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
It's a story
Is
about
it on
Pinocchio
Game Pass?
using the urinal.
It's on Game Pass, yeah.
Every time he pees, he
Game Pass.
levels up.
Yep, that's
Now,
right.
Nintendo does have the NES online, and I think Crystallis might be on there,
That's what I was
which
thinking.
is like NES game.
Do you want to know what P in
Similarities.
RPG stands for? It's the P in Life of P. You want to know what that is? You got to play it to find out.
Life of
It's
Pi.
It's Lies of P. Just over
Lies of P.
Yeah.
because
Likes
it's
of
Pinocchio.
P.
He lies.
Life of Pi is a book.
So in Liza P, does your nose grow whenever you lie?
Crystallis.
We're talking about
Crystallis
Brian.
right now.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. My review is of Crystallis. Please respect the game that I picked.
Brian, you picked this. You wanted this. You said, "I'm curious. What did Spencer pick?"
Yeah.
And
I have an easy, simple game today.
I have a
picked the
feeling.
train wreck.
I have a feeling that Spencer's doing a bit.
Excuse me? I'm doing 8
Spencer doesn't
bits.
do bits.
I'm doing 8 bits
he's-
right now. I'm talking about Crystallis.
this like 200 bit
goddamn
1000
game
bit on the Xbox.
No, not on Xbox. We're not talking about that. I don't know where you're getting this
Yeah,
from.
Crystallis was on NES.
I'm talking about Crystallis,
Freaking
NES
Steam
Classic.
Deck here.
I don't know. What's his
Talking
name?
about
Life
your
of Penis?
modern console.
Life of Penis. No, I'm talking about an innocent game called Crystallis. You're bringing. See, now I have to change the rating of this review when I release it because of what you
I like
just said.
how in Crystallis,
Wow.
you look like you're like a pink power walker. Like
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
outfit
you
the
move
character
very
looks-
fast. It's
Yeah.
very
Looks like they're
ease-
power walking.
It's very ease-like.
Yeah,
It
which
looks
reminds me of
like-
in Liza P, where you run and like Liza P.
Yeah,
You
I don't
Brian?
know Liza P.
Like,
yeah. You can
I think
sprint
when-
through the world and
Yeah, I
quickly
think
attack.
it was Terry who mentioned that it's very ease-like, and I kind of agree with that.
Terry mentioned Lies of P.
Well, Liza P.
Yeah,
Is ease
Because
like
we're
In
talking about
P, it
Crystallis,
sounds
right?
like ease.
I'm confused.
It would be
Okay.
plural. it
We're,
would be
we're
like
talking about
peas.
Crystallis.
I
Right?
keep getting interrupted when I'm talking about Crystallis, and I'm a little bit
Right.
offended by it. A little bit.
Okay.
So maybe
Okay,
we
are we
can.
done?
Sorry.
We're done with the bit.
Can we bring it back to Crystallis, please? I want to.
I would like.
Yeah.
I would like
Okay.
questions about Crystallis.
You keep bringing up this. Liza
Sure.
P.
I've never. That was just in this example that I
The
brought up
thing is-
once.
Okay. Well, you brought it up a little
Once
more
too
than that.
many.
Okay, Crystallis, please. Let's get back to it. You're playing as
How does it
Pinocchio.
compare to Lies of P?
Yeah, it's not as good. But that
Okay.
it's an NES game. You can't expect it to be as good as a game that came out, a month ago on an
Agreed.
Xbox
Last
Game
month.
Pass.
I strongly disagree with that statement.
You disagree with that?
Yeah, there's a lot of NES games I've played now. I'm finding out about that are a lot better than a lot of new stuff today.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Boom, boom.
I just want to make it known.
How
that's
do you
all.
respond to that, Spencer?
Crystallis
Yeah.
ain't
Eat
one of
that
them.
Yoshi's cookie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Liza P.
there's except-
Liza P seems real good, but if you played Yoshi's Cookie,
Brian has it.
there's
'cause I
always-
sent it
there's-
to him, and he hasn't
No, I played it. I had you on stream once when I played it.
The real
anyway,
question is Crystallis versus Yoshi's Cookie. Yeah, that's a feud.
whoa, there you go. That's the competition I want to see.
Are you good enough to get Yoshi's cookie?
Are you a
discourse?
Are you a cookie enough dude to beat Yoshi's Cookie?
I did it for the cookie. For the cookie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, that's the game I played. Liza P. I mean, Crystallis.
Good
Did
bit.
both.
Like
Okay,
it. Let's move
you get
on.
it.
Teddy.
Wait. Brian, you're not running the show here. We let you pick one time. You think you're running the whole goddamn
I
podcast?
like this.
We did
Brian, run
let
the
him
show.
on. I think he should because we did let him on do that one time, and I liked it.
Yeah, Brian.
Oh,
Okay,
mine
if
was
we have
good.
you on for Game Talk 6, when we have you on for Game Talk 6, you run the whole show. It's on you from the Q&A to the plugs. You're in
No,
charge.
I just won't do it. It'll be terrible.
No, it'll be so good. Anyways, so you did pick me, so I'll go. All right, Brian sent me an NES, so one game I knew I had to get for NES would be the original Dragon Warrior. So that's what I'm playing today. Dragon Warrior. One.
Nice.
Yeah.
What?
Did you know I'm a Dragon Quest fan? It's been about 3 to 4 years since I played the original back with Spencer. I played back then a Super Famicom version of it and a translation patch, which is probably the best way to play. But I had never played the NES version. I think I tried it and it was very antiquated. But now that I have the antiquated hardware, I figured it's worth the shot. I really love this experience of just like taking an NES cart, wiggling it in the
Great,
the
isn't
little
it?
NES toaster box. And just the idea of like playing the original Dragon Warrior cart is it's fantastic. It actually just feels like the original RPG. Everything from the text, to the mechanics. There's some to love and some to hate, but I'll start with what I love. It just feels like a classic RPG. This is, if I was to characterize Dragon Warrior 1, it is the original grinding RPG where every level matters, every piece of equipment you're able to obtain, and the gold you save up matters because it dictates how far you can progress along the world. For instance, I would not be able to take down one of these, I think they're called magicians, if I did not have a level 4 main hero. It is the one party member RPG, turn-based RPG, which is not common. There may be other examples like that I'm not aware of, but this is, it's the starting point for that. And it just feels so classic. It's got the simple loops, but they're so charming. The chip tune loops as they play. Da, 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 da. Yeah. And it's really just impressive what they were able to come up with. 86, 87, I want to say. We got it in 80.
Yeah, we got an 89.
89.
Yeah, 88,
But
89.
the game was done in Japan before that. I had a great time just kind of putting it on, grinding. Battles go down in a sec. Oops, finish the slime. Good. Got 1 gold, 2 XP, move on. And you could walk 2 steps or you could walk 20 before you get into another encounter. It's a game of discovery where you discover new towns around you. And it's really cool. I really like the like language and stuff and kind of like trying to figure
same.
out what am I supposed to do, who am I supposed to talk to, and some of the systems are pretty competent for one of the first turn-based RPGs. Even from seeing your like equipment on the menu, how it affects your stats. They're very simple. It's like attack, defense, and There's some other one.
Run,
I don't
attack,
know.
magic, I think.
Yeah, well, you have the basic ones too, HP, MP, etc. It's all there. Where it gets complicated is the quality of life stuff isn't all there. For instance, even from the start, when you start in the king's room and you go to the stairs, you walk over the stairs, and it's like, huh, why am I standing over the stairs? You have to go to the menu to press a button that says stairs. Now, granted, does it happen that much in the game where you're stepping over stairs? No, but it is a little nuisance. Or if I go up to somebody to talk, I'm used to in games just pressing A. Okay, talk. No, you go to the menu and then you press talk. Clearly, it's a very early example, but I really like what I played. I like the style. I like even just kind of like the old English language. Uh, Thou hath receiveth a wooden stick or a cypress stick. And yeah, I really like it. It gets the job done. It's a good RPG. It is probably the classic, the one to own on the NES. Right now, of the 3 NES games I own, it's probably the most playable and the most enjoyable for me. So,
I'm so
Dragon
glad you
Warrior
got that
1.
one. That's a nice surprise. I didn't know you got that one. That's awesome. I'm glad you're playing the first day NES one. Awesome.
Soon to be of the 4 NES games. What? I'm
Oh.
sitting to the NES game right now. It's in the mail.
Let's go.
Ooh, nice.
I'm curious, now that you've played through basically all the Dragon Quests, do you look back at this differently? Or is it any different to you playing the original?
From an NES perspective, yes. I think one thing I'm struggling with is just the hardware because, my CRT is at my parents' house. So I'm playing on a mini HD TV with an NES, which isn't great. There is no great alternative for HDMI or the NES. I know Brian mentioned hooking up to a VCR
Yeah.
player. I don't have
HD
one.
DVD or DVD recorder. You can pass it through there and hook HDMI out to your TV.
So the fuzzies, I don't know what it's outputting in 144 or 240, but it like tires my eyes looking at the screen for more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So just from like a hardware perspective, it's you actually have to have the right stuff to play it. Like granted, I could also get a Retron, or one of these other NES clones. I know that adapters tend to cause lag, but it's not a big deal for Dragon Warrior because it's turn-based. So in that respect, I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm still enjoying it and willing to kind of put up with it. From a gameplay perspective, I think it's just refreshing to see how intact it still is. And also, the other ones, they're not like story heavy per se, but there is more story, whereas this one is just the meat and potatoes. This is the action experience. It's the get out of town and grind, go save. Like, I guess there's the go save the princess arc. Story is really a backseat in this one. But I think it is the one where the grinding is the most felt. So in that respect, like from a gameplay perspective, I kind of really like that, and it's very simple. It's just like meat and potatoes. It's nothing fancy, but it's really good when you eat it. So that's how I feel about Dragon Warrior 1. The meat and potatoes of turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, one thing you can get into, I don't know if you figured out, when you have one character and you're under leveled, sometimes you get into this situation where you hit some guy and he attacks you and hits you, but you have to heal. So you heal, okay, I'm up, so I attack again, and then he heals, and you kind of get into this like situation where you're not making any progress because you're constantly healing every turn. You don't have somebody to help you, another party member to pick you up. But that's just a small thing for leveling that you go through. There is I don't know if you know this, but on the NES version, there's this little section when you go from Tantagel. If you go southwest, there's mountains that you can't pass. It's like these mountains that you can't walk on, and then there's these cragged mountains you can't. If you walk back and forth there, you'll fight magicians, drakies, and other higher level enemies. And you can level up a lot quicker if you go there. It was an overlap in the zones that you could actually fight there without going around the map. So that's what I usually do So if you want to start it again, make it go a little faster, you can just fight down in that, just walk back and forth there. and you can gain up to level 5, 6 pretty quickly until you get heal, and then you can go a little further. And it's all about like equipment check the game basically, because you got one party member. It's very, you feel the levels like you said. Like when you get a level, it's significant. Like you feel it. You can hit harder. You get a new spell, which makes a big difference. You can use hurt to hurt the scorpions now because your attack was too strong, not weak enough. And it's basically just equipment check the game. It's very simple, like you said. There's only a few things you can buy, and like, granted, I don't know if you ran into this problem. Like, you don't know what's stronger in a shop because they don't list it on your status bar, but you can just look that up online now. Or I don't. Did you get the a cart only, or did you get like a complete?
I got the card only, but there's like a box repro thing on Etsy that I'm gonna check out, where you could also get manuals reprinted. I know like this game came with a map. I don't know if I need it. I printed out a guide a long time ago, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get the Nintendo Power one, or check one of your scans that talks about it. I do want to come back to that question though, because I think that as far as the Dragon Quest series as a whole, this is not the chef's kiss. This is not the one that pulls at the heartstrings when you come into like a town of frozen people or something. Like there's so many instances of that in future Dragon Quest games after the NES, and this ain't it. This is go fight monsters in the field and beat the game, which is refreshing because so much of the series isn't like that.
But it's still shared. You can see the bones of what's to come in this one.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe we do spoilers here or something. But do you? Maybe we can avoid them. It's up to you. Do we? Do you feel like they had 1, 2, and 3 planned at this point, or at least some kind of idea for it? And the reason, obviously,
they mentioned
Erdrick, exactly.
right? In this game, I think they probably just planned around it after the fact.
I think
2 is a sequel, but then why would 3 be a prequel? Like logically, like usually you make a trilogy, like starting from the beginning point. So it could have been like a rough idea. Who knows?
Yeah, they rushed. One was a success, and they wanted Chunsoft wanted another one. So they had a year turnaround to make 2. And I think if it was planned, they did a heck of a job in such a short amount of time. So I don't know. I don't know if he had it in mind, stuff he couldn't do. I think probably Hori might have said somewhere, I don't know, but there was stuff in 1 that he wanted to do, like multiple party members and stuff. Maybe, I'm not sure. I kind of remember saying that, but he couldn't do in the time. Because this was their first game he was making for Spike Chunsoft or Chunsoft, so he couldn't. He was just making it to put it out there, and I think they did take like multiple party members and stuff in 2, and maybe from I don't know how you design a game, but there was probably talks about how should we connect the world. So I'm gonna say like more. If it was me, if I was thinking, I'd probably say like his ideas for what he wanted to do, like gameplay wise, were more planned out than the story. The story probably just came together as the game was coming together. I would guess. And then by 3, I think 3, he would probably had something more in mind because he had more like the developer like really gave him like the time probably to. I don't know how far 3 was from 2.
I just think it's so interesting that in the first one they had that weird. It just seems like not normal, like that addition of the Erdrick stuff. It's like, that's just interesting to me that they had that in there.
Well, they had to have a story. They had to have characters. So they had to probably just threw it together at the time. So maybe he had something planned out, and that's the simplest he could do with what he could do. I don't know.
I mean, they are a year apart, so I mean, it's possible it was all written and they couldn't fit it in, one NES cart. I don't know. 2 is a little more close to home because it's like, you even start, and I mean, spoilers, I guess. You see the Dragon Lord's castle, and like there's a nice guy in it. So it's like they play with that a little bit.
Yeah, you go into his castle and you see his grandson there. I think it's his grandson, and he talks to you like you can get up the Erdrick sword in there, and he tells you to beat Malroth, and then you go out. Yeah, they had to have something planned because I would think so because like all of Dragon Quest 1. Alfgard is in Torland is the overall map of Dragon Quest 1 and 2. The world is called Torland, and Alfgard is that little part in Dragon Quest 2 right in the center
Mm-hmm.
and travel to. So I would think they probably had something planned out or they couldn't do maybe on their first one. I don't know.
Alex, you had something you want to ask or comment?
Yeah. Rate the box art. Rate the cover art of Dragon Warrior.
Me?
Yes, right now.
I would have to receive it. Do you have it?
I mean, you have the cartridge. It's the same thing.
Of the
same
cartridge or the box art?
picture. It's the same picture.
It's in my
Yeah, that.
it's in my NES. I didn't want to wiggle it out.
There you go.
Oh.
Brian's got it.
I love that.
Yeah, I can't.
As much as I
swim.
don't care about Dragon Quest, I love the Dragon Warrior box arts. I think they're so cool.
Yeah, this one is awesome.
So there's a first print and a second print. The first print has a misspelling. If you look on the back, it says the slime's hit points decrease by
Yeah, it's blurry.
by hits
cannot read
decrease
that.
by 1. Where in the re-release it says like the slime's HP reduces by 1. So this is the first. This is the Nintendo Power. It came with like some extra stuff. This is the Nintendo Power subscription version. It came with like. So the original version didn't come with this. This is basically a strategy guide that went through the whole game. So it basically spoiled the whole game for you.
Still cool to
but
have.
Haven't you shown this before?
I might have. I don't know. But it's good because people were stupid here. They didn't know how to play these games, me included. And I'm saying I'm stupid because without this, I probably would have had a hard time with this game. Because before that, I got it in '89, I want to say, and for free. And I'd never played anything like this. But once I learned how to play it, it was very addicting. And that's part of the reason I like Dragon Quest so much is just experience going through the first one, poring over this manual and figuring out what an RPG was. Because I never played anything quite like this. But if you can find this, Teddy, I think this isn't too expensive. Maybe it goes for a few bucks. Because these were produced like candy. And they produced so many of them that they gave them away for subscribers to Nintendo Power. So you can probably get this manual somewhere
In good condition, the box and the manual and the strategy guide, or I don't know if that is the manual. I think it's like goes around $60. That's with cart, and the cart's cheap. Like I get
Wow,
the
that
cart
much?
for like $10.
I didn't know.
You
it
know,
was that
so
expensive.
I don't know. If needed, I don't need it to play it, but it would be a cool collector's item. I do want to eventually get each of the Dragon Warrior games that exist on NES.
They all have cool
I'll take my
box
time.
art.
There's no rush.
Yeah.
I am playing through the longest one right now, so I got time.
Akira
Well, I think
Toriyama
after
art
you,
or bust for me.
well, I do like Teddy said, the
That's just
localization here.
Dragon Ball.
I do like the localization to Old English in the American version. There's something about Valen that I thought that was cool as a kid.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until much later I knew even what Puff Puff was because they didn't really have that in the first Dragon Quest. If they did,
That's all 3.
yeah. So they took that out, I think, and then 3 had I think there were the NES version of 3. She sells you tomatoes. They didn't say Puff Puff. So I think you go to the desert town of Arqaba, something like that, what it's called, and then she says my dad sells you tomatoes or something, and instead of a Puff Puff. Because I guess tomatoes.
They fixed that in the remake.
Yeah, but there's charming. I like the Old English localizations of the NES ones.
Yeah. It's more playable than I thought. I was surprised. I thought it would be too difficult to get into, but it's really not. It's actually pretty good.
Because you got to think they made this to be an introduction of the PC games for Japanese players, so they couldn't make it overly difficult for them. They had to make it because they haven't played anything like this, so they had to put it out and make it very player friendly as they could, so they could get into it, get them hooked on it, so they could make more. It all comes back to the business. It's all about business. It's all about the money.
It's all
Brian's
about
all
the he
about.
says, she said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. Glad you're playing Dragon Quest on the NES.
Yeah. Dragon Warrior.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My mistake. Dragon Warrior. Next up is 2. Gotta get 2.
I thought you were going to say next up is Alex.
Oh,
No, you guys
I
just
think
keep going
Alex.
on. You
I
got like
think
10 more
Alex.
minutes, Dragon
Alex fell
Warrior.
asleep. I think.
All right, I'll tell you too about Dragon Warrior 2. We
Yeah,
played
I'm
this
gonna
on
take a
the
nap.
Famicom. No, I'm joking. Alex, Brian has summoned you back to the forefront.
Time for my obscure pick. No, I played a fucking Nintendo game because we're playing the NES, guys. And I'm gonna ask you guys joke, as Brian calls it, but really it's a question.
Is it a quiz?
What do you?
You guys didn't
what-
wait for my
maybe-
punchline.
It could be a quiz.
Okay.
What do you think my favorite NES game is?
Bubble Bobble.
No,
River City Ransom.
Dino Dudes.
no,
Mario 1.
1.
nope.
Contra.
That would have been a good choice though, because you guys like to rag on me for picking obscure stuff. So I should have just played Mario 1 to spite you guys. No. Today I'm talking about one of my favorite NES games. That game is Punch Out, aka Mike Tyson's Punch Out, aka Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream, because they lost the license to Mike Tyson. Probably Nintendo's most racist game. I'm going to right up front and say that. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream, which is the version I played because I played on my 3DS because I had to work a lot this week and had to play something quick, as a boxing game for the NES based on an arcade game that is incredibly racist. But it's racist to everybody, so it's fine. And not like in like offensive ways, but in ways of like they have characters named, like the Italian guy in the arcade game is named Pizza Pasta. And the Russian guy is Vodka Drunkinsky. They have like very stereotypical names. Porting it over to the NES, they did downplay some of that stuff, but a lot of it is very much intact. You play as Little Mac, a boxer from Brooklyn. Teddy knows him. And he trains to become the world's best boxer. I think you fight through 14 opponents, and it's not as much a boxing game as it is a puzzle game. Each round is more about figuring out the opponent's patterns and how to counter them. It's not really like, I think most boxing games go for like a fighting game approach. This game doesn't really do that. It's more just about memorization and timing. It's very unique. I love the sprites in this game on NES. The characters are super big and expressive and funny to look at. Some of the characters always crack me up. I love Bald Bull, who's from Istanbul. He has an attack where he charges at you, and you can punch him in the gut, and his face like scrunches up, and he's like, and he like backs up and like falls over, and it's super funny. This was a very important game to me as a kid. I said earlier that one of the 3 games my parents had was my GameTalk game. This was the third game because my dad also, this is like his favorite game. So I grew up playing this game with my dad a lot. It's a game that he showed me how to play as I got older, and it's still a game even today. I was playing it on my 3DS yesterday. I was out there visiting them, and he saw me playing Punch Out on my 3DS. And he immediately was like, "Oh, did you know how to do this trick against this boxer?" And then he just immediately jumped into like talking to me about Punch Out because it's such a important game to him, and it's nice to have that connection with my dad because he's not really a big gamer. Punch Out is very good. I really love this game on NES. They did do some other games. They did like Super Punch Out on Super Nintendo and Punch Out on Wii, which is more of a sequel to this game. And they're all very good games. This game is very simple with its controls. I love that. The A button punches in your left hand, the B button punches in your right hand, and you just use your D-pad to either choose to punch up into the face or to punch the gut, or dodge side to side, or hold back to block. But within that comes the complexities of the boxers. I love the fact that they all kind of telegraph their attacks in certain ways. Like you're fighting Piston Honda, who's the Japanese guy, and he'll like shrug his eyebrows at you. And if you punch him while he's shrugging his eyebrows, you get like a special star attack because you like hit him before he was gonna punch you, because that's like how he like telegraphs his punches and stuff. So it's really cool to watch the character animations and really have that be your timing and your cues. It feels like a game that is meant to be more of a puzzle game than it is a fighting game. They lost the rights to Mike Tyson's Punch Out because Mike Tyson got into a bunch of legal trouble, and Nintendo was like, "Fuck that." So, and any version you play now, it is no longer Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It is Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream, where the ending match is not with Mike Tyson, but with Mr. Dream. And they also changed some of the characters. Vodka Drunkinski from the arcade game is now Soda Popinski, but he still says very very drunk things between their matches. Yeah, whenever you're in like the corners between the matches, and Doc's like Doc Lewis, your trainer, is like he's like saying something to you like sting like a butterfly, whatever, blah blah. Soda Popinski said, and I quote, he said, "I can't drive, but I will walk all over you." And I'm like, "Oh, cause you're drunk."
That's good.
The game is sprinkled with so much of that humor. It's hard to like take offense with any of the characters in the game because they really do take not like really rude pot shots, but pot shots at every stereotype and like everybody. There's like a Spanish guy, there's a French guy, there's a German guy. They all kind of play with that. And there's even like in some of the sequels, there's even like Americans they even kind of make fun of. I guess Little Mac is even kind of an American they're making fun of because he's very very tiny, compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I think he's Italian.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I love this game so much, and I was happy to get to talk about it today.
Nice.
Do you know how they make fun of Mike Tyson at the end?
How's that?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know if they do. I haven't. So just to be clear, I don't own a cartridge of Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I would like to own one day. But the only ways I've ever owned this game is the re-releases, and they can't re-release Mike Tyson's Punch Out. They can only re-release the re-release with Mr. Dream.
So let me be Jerry for a second. What's the deal with Mr. Dream?
So,
he makes Sandman jokes because he's gonna put you to sleep. That's his thing. Brian.
So how far did you make it with Fighter? Do you remember? Because I can only make it to Macho Man. I can never get past that guy. He's like does this twirly.
I've beaten this on the Wii Virtual Console before, but in terms of like playing now, I made it up to rank 4, which is the Bald Bull rematch. Because man, he gets tough at that stage. There's some fast timing. Yeah.
And they found out that rematch later, like maybe last year or something. They found out all these years later that there's a tell for his bull charge. You're supposed to punch whenever you see somebody take a picture in the background. I never knew that. I never saw that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you're supposed to watch in the background. I always just got timed it the hard way, which is why he's so freaking hard.
Yeah, that's how I do it too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Punch Out's a great game. It's probably one of the best NES games, even though I'm not good at it. But it's so easy to pick up, hard to master, fun to play. It's up there with the top NES games for sure.
I found his quotes. There's nothing bad in here.
Mike Tyson's?
Yeah, there's nothing like racial or anything.
Can you read one as Mike Tyson?
Hey, is this kid a joke? Where's the real challenger? Because he's all.
That's good.
Mike Tyson was a big part of wrestling. In 1998, he basically he gave Stone Cold his first big start. But when they were interviewing him at Royal Rumble, he called him Cold Stone. Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? He's like, I think my vote goes to Cold Stone.
I love Mike Tyson so much.
Hey, it's Mike Tyson.
Well.
I want to introduce you to my new grill.
Yeah, I've always loved this game to a point to where like in 2009 when the Wii one came out, that was my birthday present that year, and I played that game to death. And that one's like a pretty faithful modern interpretation. And I love the fact that I guess they were like, well, we don't have Mike Tyson, so we got to do somebody else. So they put in Donkey Kong as the big fighter in that game. You got to fight he's the hardest match in the game is Donkey Kong. And I love the fact that before Donkey Kong, they were going to actually have you fight Peach, which would have been fucking hilarious
That
to
would've been
fight
awesome.
like all these big sweaty boxers, and then the hardest fight is goddamn Peach. But they were like Nintendo, because it was Next Level making that game, and Nintendo was like, you can't do that to Peach. You can't beat the shit out of Peach in a boxing ring. So they were like Donkey Kong.
Buff Peach.
That would
Yeah,
have been amazing. But like,
freaking
That would be
Jack.
great.
Peach's face,
Like,
Donkey Kong's
they
body. I can see it now.
Yes.
because in Punch Out Wii, like in Punch Out Wii, as you fight them, they become more disheveled and like beaten. So you would see like a beaten Peach by the end of the match. She's been like beat to a pulp, and I was like, yeah, I could see them not being okay with that.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Sounds awesome. The password to instantly fight Mike Tyson is Nintendo's contact us telephone number.
Oh.
Oh, that's smart. They actually have another line of dialogue from Doc Lewis. No matter what the opponent's saying, one of Doc Lewis's lines is like, "Make sure you subscribe to the Nintendo Club" or something like that. And it's just like is this a blatant advert for whatever their fucking club thing was at the time? And I'm like, you guys.
You can actually block the one-hit uppercuts that Tyson throws in the first 90 seconds of the match. However,
What?
you can only block one, and it drains nearly all of Little Mac's health.
No, so you're better to just avoid it.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah.
Take this, Little Mac.
It's funny how they got Tyson right too. The fight with Tyson is you got to survive the first round, and that's how it is. If I imagine, I wouldn't fight Tyson, but if you were to fight Mike Tyson, you'd have to survive that first round, and it's very.
I hate when he bites your ear off. You know,
that too.
I hate when he eats my
that's the part of the
children.
fight I don't like.
It's like, not my children. I need those.
I need my children.
That's a good. Pick.
Yeah. This is definitely, I think, it's probably my favorite NES game. It goes between, honestly, this and Metroid, but it's probably this. You can play it on basically any modern Nintendo console. It's available.
It's available, which is good too.
It's a game that I would love to map out, because like I said, all the boxers are so unique and expressive, and they all fighting in like completely different ways. So it's fun to like
Don
take
Flamingo
each boss
just,
and try to
Don-
break
I'm
them
not
apart.
sure I have the skill level for it. Every time I've tried it, I think I've done this through like Ultimate NES Remix or something. But
it's hard to play on a modern TV because there is lag. So if you want to beat Punch Out, it'll be a lot easier on yourself if you play on a CRT, because the lag will kill you for the later bosses. So it's hard to, even on the Switch one, it's probably really even harder because there's a latency between when you push the button.
I don't know. I played it on 3DS, but I didn't have any problem there. But I don't think I played it on Switch, so I have no clue. But no, I think there's a lot of people that go into this game thinking it's just like a fighting game, like a boxing fighting game, and that's not what it is at all. If you play it like that, you're gonna.
Yeah, it's a pattern memorization game, puzzle game. Is what it is.
Do you think
let's make a threshold. If we get 5,000 views on the Punch Out review, we'll consider mapping out Punch Out.
I don't want to hear a damn word about my selection this time, because I went with white bread Nintendo NES game instead of some weird ass thing.
Well, you said white bread was Mike Tyson. He played
a Mr. Dream version. So.
Little Max White.
Well, that's going to be my question. Is in Smash Bros. Do you think instead of Little Mac, they should have gone with Mike Tyson eating the other characters?
That would have been amazing.
The underdog story.
Mario, I'm gonna bite your ear off. Come here.
Come here, Mario. I ain't taking no fireball this time.
Mike Tyson's. Yeah.
Man, I was so excited whenever they announced Little Mac for Smash, and then I played Smash on Wii U and found that Little Mac is trash, because in a platform fighter, which makes sense because it's like faithful, but in a platform fighter, they chose to put a boxer in who cannot jump. His jumps are completely worthless. So if he's strong, but if somebody knocks you off the stage as Little Mac, there's no recovery.
Don't get
So I
knocked
was
off.
like, "Oh, cool, Little Mac's in the game."
Don't get
And
knocked
then
off.
I was like, "Oh fuck, he's garbage."
yeah, if you get knocked off all
Who
the time.
would have better jumps, Little Mac or Mikey?
I'd say Little Mac.
It's still a mystery.
Mikey Tyson.
We talked about.
Oh, Mikey Tyson.
Is Mike Tyson for Smash? No, that's the move.
I'd smash.
I can see the reveal
next
trailer
Smash.
now. You know, he comes in big, smooth smile. Hey, it's Mike Tyson.
It's me.
Take this back, man. What do you think you could get me, Lucina?
There you go. There's your Mike Tyson beats up Peach fantasy. Super Smash Brothers.
Let's see what Mike Tyson did.
What he did?
did
His
you
like
do,
criminal
Mike?
record.
Yeah.
I forget what the shit was going. There was some big
He's done
lawsuit going down at the time.
done some bad things in his life. He's a bad man.
So, because I can't. Yeah, I looked on the Wikipedia so I could try to. Because this came out in '87, so and then the re-release was '90. So what happened between '87 and '90 to get him removed from Punch Out with Nintendo?
Well,
what happened to Mike Tyson?
I can tell you when he was indicted. So I don't know necessarily the dates, but in September 1991, Tyson was indicted on 1 count of rape, 2 counts of criminal deviant behavior, and 1 count of confinement. Confinement? What is that? Like holding people hostage or something?
Like it.
That's
What is
weird one.
deviant behavior? That's so vague.
That's a vague one, yeah. He was accused by Desiree Washington, a contestant in the Miss Black America pageant, who claimed that Tyson forced himself on her in his Indianapolis hotel room. He was convicted on the count of rape as well as on 2 counts of deviant sexual conduct. He was sentenced to 10 years in
I think
prison,
that is what it is. Yeah.
as well as a $30,000 fine, which was nothing to him, I'm sure. The conviction was upheld in the appeal. He was released after serving 3 years and 6 weeks from the Indiana Youth Center in Plainfield, Indiana. I guess he didn't rape anyone while he was in there. Good for him. Since
Youth
his
Center?
release,
How old was he? What?
I promise not to rape anybody while I'm in jail.
yeah, I won't. It seemed that he could not escape a life of crime. In '97, Tyson's boxing license was revoked for 1 year after he bit off a chunk of opponent Evander Holyfield's ear during a boxing match.
Yeah.
In the following years, he was charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor assaults, 1 felony count of possession of drug paraphernalia, 1 felony count of drug possession, and 2 misdemeanor counts of driving under the influence. Jesus.
Dude's a Chad.
That's
Dude's
one
a
way.
bad.
One way to say it.
Dude's a bad. Yeah. Yeah. No wonder. I mean, it definitely was the rape thing that I remember now. Yeah, where Nintendo was like, yeah, no,
He lost the rights.
you're out. You're punched out. He was
Re-released.
punched out of Punch Out.
I think Nintendo in around 91 and 92 when the SNES was out, they released the top loader and they released some of their classic games. I'm not sure if Punch Out was that version that got re-released.
No, the re-release was in North America. The re-release was actually on my birthday, August 2nd of 1990, which was
Okay,
not my
that was
when I
before
born,
that,
but
then.
my birth. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it was 1990.
What a twist that Nintendo went under when Mr. Dream was indicted on rape charges, too. They couldn't use him anymore.
Yeah, he would roofie his his victims as Mr. Dream.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah, that's why they call him
Dreams.
Mr. Dream.
Signature move.
That's what killed this series. Nintendo just couldn't keep a mascot for the series.
Look
Bring
at that
female
mascot.
representation in. Well, it should be a little maybe safer. Featuring Miss Pineapple.
I was like
But
Don
I
Flamingo.
do want to say that pizza pasta hasn't been used since the arcade original. Hashtag bring back pizza pasta.
Yeah. See, I don't even think that's that racist. That's not bad.
No, it's not. It's not. No. I said this is their most racist game. I didn't say it was racist. It's just if you're like if you have a Nintendo racist scale, this is at the top.
Too. You really top the charts here in terms. Okay, so we're Game Informer. It's like gameplay, visuals, racism,
Yeah.
Racism, the racism scale.
Yeah,
Give it a 3 out of 5. They're very clever with the nicknames. However, they may cause offense to some more than others.
If you're Italian, you don't think pizza's awesome, this may offend you.
And
Ace.
then you got pasta.
Yeah, there you go. One of them's got to be great.
You got 1 out of 2 chance of liking either of those.
Those carb conscious Italians don't like this game. Ace Publication has given this game a 920 out of 1,000. That's quite the score. That's quite a scale out of 1,000.
How do they calculate that? Like, okay, we'll give 1 point for
good
his hair.
Yeah.
2 points for the nickname.
Yeah, it'd be great if it was like 928.8 out of 1,000.
We'll give a 0 for the box art.
Yeah.
I think this is Nintendo's sleeper series. Then like they don't do much with. I mean, they did like the Wii one, but like this series could be a lot bigger.
You only got
than it is.
0? I think F-Zero.
F-Zero's had more than this.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
F-Zero's
but
had more. This has had like
The problem
4
is,
games. Like, I think like counting
really-
the arcade games.
Like, there's not much you can do because if you change it, it's not Punch Out anymore. So you're just doing the same thing over and over.
Oh, there's a ton more you can do. Dude, this game's all about the characters. Just make
Yeah.
more characters. I mean,
What
like,
I'm saying
like
is it's just that.
in the
but
Wii
you
one,
already
they literally
perfected
only
it.
added 1 new character. So
Yeah, but I mean, you're just adding new characters at that point. It's still the same thing.
Yeah, I'm with Brian on
Right?
that
I
one.
think, like you already perfected it with Punch Out. Like you don't need. There's not much else you can do. Maybe new characters. I mean, Punch Out Wii, you got
Kick
that.
out.
I mean,
Yeah, there you go. Kick
out.
But yeah, no, I agree
Far-
because,
far
like you
out.
said, this is like a puzzle sports game.
That's
It's like how many versions are you excited when they release new Tetrises on the new consoles? Like, not really. It's just Tetris.
Yes.
yeah, but I mean, it never gets old. That's what I'm saying. Like even like Punch Out Wii, it didn't introduce a whole like it had 1 new original character that was Donkey Kong, but they still did an interesting thing where in that game you beat all the boxers, and then they all had like a rematch against like a title fight thing, and they all came back with new gimmicks and like new new mechanics.
that's
So like one of my
super
favorite
hard,
ones
yeah.
was the Irish boxer Aaron Ryan came back and he had like horseshoes in his gloves and stuff and shit like that, and it was just fun to like get the it just switched it up. That's all you have to do is just make new patterns and stuff. And the game literally is could be infinite.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm for it, but I don't think Nintendo they see it as this like, well, same thing with F-Zero. Well, we already did GX. That's pretty much the pinnacle of what we could do for that. Like Punch Out, we did it on Wii. What else can we do?
See, but I think F-Zero they could make it better. Like they can make the graphics cooler, then add new mechanics and stuff. Like that's why to me that would be more of a sleeper. Is that there is actual.
Yeah, but there's only so much you can do with graphics. You got to do something else.
They could do
sleepers.
gameplay.
I feel bad for all the
if it's not been touched at all. Like to me, Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
Like okay, yeah, I got
No,
that 3DS game.
Star Tropics is the sleeper series though.
Yeah,
Star
I think they could do
Tropics.
something with- since
There's
Zelda's not
nothing
Zelda,
after
they could do
NES
something
for
with
Ice
Star
Climber.
Tropics. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Ice Climber, they could do something with that.
Yeah, I mean theoretically, but I just think that when you want to talk about sleeper games, you want to think of something that could actually appeal to a modern audience, which I don't really think.
Dude, who doesn't like ice climbing?
It's boxing, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think everyone
Maybe
loves
the
the
boxing
NES one, but
audience?
I think the F-Zero, there's a lot of room for they could make some really cool stuff, and they just for whatever reason.
You think
So
the
you're saying
boxing era's
the-
over?
No, he's saying Punch Out is the perfect game and they can't improve on it.
Yeah,
So
it's like,
Brian's
it's like
saying
agree with
that.
that. Yeah,
yeah,
kinda
I
agree
don't
with
I don't really see where to go with that. I mean, and then people that like boxing, if you really just like
Yeah.
boxing, they make like MMA games and
Yeah,
boxing
but
games
those
and
are
shit.
Okay,
those are
but
not
Mario
good
Tennis is the perfect game on N64. Then the GameCube one gives you Power
Well,
Smash.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, it's the
you
same.
know.
The
Yeah.
flaw with
But
that
that's what I'm
is
saying
that
is-
it has Mario in the name.
Well, also
Well, Mario's in Punch Out.
the point is that
And tennis.
Punch Out isn't really a boxing game, right? I mean, it is by name and
Yeah,
everything, but it's a
more
puzzle.
A
It is my
racism
theme.
game?
Yeah, it's like a puzzle game.
Oh, I said racism, but okay.
It's a racism game. It's about racism.
It's a racing game.
Racing.
Racism.
Racing with races.
Yeah, I mean, And like anybody that's like, well, it has a health bar. I'm like, well, yeah, but Punch Out every time you fight an opponent, they do the same set of moves. It's not like a fighting game where it's like I have to know how to telegraph and
Yeah.
anytime they can do any attack anytime. It's like no, when I fight Bald Bull, he's gonna do the same fucking attacks, and that's where the puzzle comes in.
Yeah, it's all
Okay,
about
I got it.
memorizing and
How to
getting
read
good
him.
at
Yeah.
doing that.
Tetris Punch Out. That way you get excited for both.
Punch the Tetraminos. Here comes the L block.
I'm gonna take this shape and shove
Little
it up
Mac
there.
made it. Little Mac
Yeah,
made
take
it.
the square. Everybody loves the square.
I may think Little Mac's trash in Smash, but I'm just happy to see him. You know, I'm just like, I'm glad you're here, man.
He's,
my
a good,
uncle.
he's like classic. He's small, he's little, he's an underdog, but he gives it his all. That's all we can all strive for.
He's
in life.
small. He's small and he's little.
Yeah.
He's
Can
both
you
small
go
and
out
little.
by giving us
Yeah.
racist names, Brian?
What?
You go out by giving us racist names?
I'm Hispanic.
Little,
In the vein
I'm
of
Hispanic.
Punch
There's
Out?
there's so
no.
much ammo. Just
Little Mac doesn't do that. That's the name that their mothers gave.
I
him.
don't think there is a Hispanic character in Punch Out. The only character they have a Spanish character, and that's Don Flamingo. They
I
don't
think-
have like a.
Yeah, Don Flamingo looks like
Hispanic
somebody's uncle.
character.
in
I
my
love Don Flamingo. He looks like somebody's uncle or something. He's just a guy with balding hair. He just looks normal. Like
in
a
my
normal
he-
guy.
in my head canon, Little Mac does name them all. He named all the characters. He says like Pizza Boy over there, Pizza Pasta.
Yeah, the Italian
That-
guy, right?
I'm a
the-
knock-
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's
this is
interesting.
all the
So
guys.
all the-
that guy over there.
all the
Oh.
names, like they all have actual names. Like
Yeah.
like his name isn't Pizza Pasta. His name's like Fred. But
Yeah.
Max like, oh, that's fucking Pizza Pasta
Yeah,
over there.
The pizza pasta guy. Oh, yeah, the Bottega Don Flamingo. I get my rice and peas from him.
Yeah, at the end of Punch Out, it's a cutscene. It just says it was all a racist dream, and it's just his dream of rising through the ranks.
It's the end of Mario 2, but
Yeah.
it's Little Mac in the bed, and he wakes up and he's like, "Man, I'm racist."
Yeah, it's like, fuck. What? Sorry.
Back to bed. Oh, let's have a good day.
Yeah,
I mean, would it be more stereotypes than racism, though?
I think so. Yeah,
No, it is stereotypes. I like saying racism because it's like a buzzword, but it is just stereotypes.
yeah.
Racist
But-
stereotypes.
But I want you to be racist, Brian, and I am half Hispanic, so just unload on
And
me
half
right now.
white.
Half-
So you got options.
I
You
love
can't-
your food.
Am I
I
wrong?
love your food. That's as racist as you can get.
All right, well,
Yeah,
what was
well,
it?
I love your food.
Yeah, well, your food tastes real good.
Tortilla, something in a flour shell, meat and cheese, all over 10 times over. And you call it something else.
That's the nickname?
Brian's never had.
Yeah, is that oh,
Brian's
is that my
never had
nickname?
Mexican food in his life.
Tortilla with salsa. What was it?
We'll call it
Tortilla with things spread all over it. That's you, Spencer.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that cuts deep, dude. All right, I don't know what I opened when I opened that can of worms, so I'm sorry.
We'll just call you Tortilla Tom.
Tortilla Tom. There you go. That's my name. What do you think
You're
about
not
that?
Tom.
Okay, I'm basically white American. New York.
Ooh, New York.
Little Mac.
I'm not Little Mac. Little Mac's taken.
Little Teddy.
Little Teddy.
That's,
Wow.
that's lazy as fuck, dude.
Damn.
Racist.
That stings. The racism is popping out. Little Teddy. Little Ted.
Alex
hate it.
is from the south.
Yeah, I'm from the south, so mine would have to be like a southern themed thing.
Yeah.
And there's not a southern character. There's like the closest they have in Punch Out is there's a Canadian guy named Bear Hugger who's a big burly
Yeah.
hairy man. But so yeah, they need like a southern hillbilly character. So what is my name?
Sweet Tea Alex.
Sweet.
Get
I
right.
mean, I like sweet tea. It's good.
And we can all pull in on Brian. Or Brian, you can make one for yourself.
Boring Brian.
Brian, you
Not
need
racist.
you need to raise your self-esteem level. Like in Dragon Quest, if that
Oh,
needs
it's
to be.
praised.
It doesn't sound like it. Your stat needs to be way higher.
No, I'm just a realist.
This is Spencer, it's your fault because you call him Boria, so he's going boring Boria.
Yeah, Boria. You slag on the guy who has sap and oomph.
I named both of you Boria. I like him. I used him
You-
in Dragon Quest 4.
You made fun of old people.
I don't know who this is.
I do make fun
Maybe
of
not
old people.
Oldest
directly.
Dragon Quest. Well, maybe not.
Maybe
the
not
oldest. Sir
directly.
Mervin's
No, I
pretty old.
directly do. I do make fun of old people. I don't
Yeah,
like
Sir
them.
Mervin's another old guy in Dragon Quest. It's good.
At least Sir
Comes
Mervin's like
from
the
a
hero
rock.
of time. Who the fuck
Yeah.
is Boria? Boria's just like
He's
the
a
uglier
tutor.
guy.
Okay,
He's
but
like
guess
a
what?
tutor.
I used Boria, and I did not use Sir Mervin in Dragon Quest VII.
Really?
You
No
had
Sir
well,
Mervin.
Not in my
you
final
had to
party.
use Sir Mervin at some point.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he was cooped up in a rock. You're gonna leave him in the wagon too?
I leave him in what's Maribel's room,
No.
forever
Oh.
trapped in
Sir
Maribel's
Brian.
room.
I mean,
Brian, didn't you have a pop quiz for us?
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
Sure. Yeah, I got a game here. It's not a quiz. I'm gonna go through my childhood NES games. There's
Yeah.
about 1, 2, 3, 4.
It is a quiz.
It ended.
Three.
It ended in
Do
5.
3 of them.
I'll do
3.
3 of them.
Only do 3 of them.
Okay, let me try to get something that you guys would know. Not know. Okay.
Liza P.
Yeah, is it Liza P?
Liza
Damn
Poo.
Damn it.
Liza Poo Poo.
Okay.
Liza Poo Poo Pee Pee.
Poo poo pee pee shit farted.
Okay. Two rodents have to save another
Jesus
rodent.
Christ.
Chippendale.
Chippendale.
Well,
fucking awful.
I got it. Yeah.
Two Chippendale.
Dude.
I mean,
on.
rodents.
Dude, chipping
Okay. A southern.
Bio Billy.
Damn it.
That's all you had to say was Southern.
Okay. Cars race around the track, collecting letters, spelling out a word, and shooting rockets on an isometric plane.
Twisted Metal.
Repeat that, please.
I think. Wait, are you using the word isometric correctly?
Oblique isometric overhead, maybe.
Oblique isometric
Overhead.
Oblique is like
Isometric.
Isometric's
oblique. Isometric.
like angled,
okay.
right?
Forget isometric. Forget it. Cars race on a track, collecting letters and battling other cars with missiles, bombs, avoiding oil slicks and water spills, getting trophies and upgrades.
Road Blasters.
Nope.
Toy Hunter.
Spencer? Teddy?
Bump and Jump.
The Twisted Metal demake.
No.
It's
DMake.
Bump and Jump.
Nope.
No. I don't care what your actual answer is. It's
I'll give you a
fucking
hint.
Bump and Jump.
I'll give you a hint. It's made by a certain English developer who did Donkey Kong Country.
It's the rare.
Oh,
rare.
that
I
is
just
actually
don't know.
that is rare. That is isometric. You were right then.
Yeah.
What was it?
See, I'm being gaslit into thinking I'm wrong here.
RC Pro Am.
Oh.
Well,
RC
that's
Prime.
why our podcast is called The Gaslighters. Because we gaslight.
The
Or
Gaslighters. You fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up, but we're helping you. It's
Bum,
okay.
bum, bum.
Okay, here's another one. This one will be a little harder. Oh, jeez, how am I going to do this without spoiling it?
Well, no, let's
Man
try,
has-
try
Can
the
you
title.
ask it to me? Stop. Brian, can you ask it to me in the form of a haiku?
I don't know how
Oh.
to do a haiku. I don't know what that is.
Good.
Okay, man has to use karate moves, climbing 5 stages, I think it's 5, to save his girlfriend by a guy
Kung
who's
Fu
named after a
Hero?
letter. Nope.
Mario.
Nope. I'll give you a hint. It's an early NES game. The character's based off of Jackie Chan and had a sequel on the Famicom.
Duck Hunt.
No. It's not Jackie Chan. You want to hear it again? Guy has to climb 5 or so levels of a tower.
Elevator action.
No, good guess
This is
though.
the worst
Using
game.
karate moves, fighting little people,
Dracula.
knife throwing guys, fire breathing dragons, snakes to drop from the ceiling, and
Wait, is
beating-
it not Kung Fu?
It's kung fu.
Teddy said Kung Fu.
Oh, did you say kung fu?
I said I didn't know the title. I call it like Kung Fu Hero or something.
Yeah, that's a different game. Kung Fu Hero is just not kung fu. That's a different game.
Oh, I thought you said Kung Fu. I was gonna
Obviously,
give it to you.
Alex. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
That's like a Nintendo game. Kung Fu.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's,
That's like a basic black box game.
Yeah,
That's like one of the.
That's why I said black
That's-
box.
he
Any
said-
sport or
said
just
it
regular thing is
Really,
an
black
NES
box
game. Soccer, NES game.
Mm-hmm.
Golf, NES game.
Mm-hmm. Baseball,
Kung Fu.
NES game. NES,
NES
game.
game.
Tamagotchi.
Watch game.
NES game. Liza P.
Tamagotchi sport, my favorite part on the Olympics.
Yeah.
Who is Liza and why is she peeing?
You have to play the game.
Eliza Thornberry from Nickelodeon.
It's Liza Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli. Peas on my belly. Okay,
One,
can we end the
one,
show?
one more, Brian. Make it a good one.
One more?
Close
Okay,
this
wait,
off. Make it good.
Do you want me to read the back of the box of one, or do you want me to do this quiz? I can. The
Use
backs
your
of
head.
boxes are funny.
All right, read it. Read a weird
Use
back
your
box. Weird one.
Okay.
Bring it back.
And then
the
show us
back.
the title while you're doing it. Like bring it to the front so we can see it.
Yeah, I hold it up.
We can,
I can see that.
we can
That
see
was,
the box.
That was Ninja Gaiden.
Oh no, it's not.
he's gonna pick a different one. Don't bring it so close though. I know you got to get it close to read it, but there you go. There you
Mario 3.
go.
What's next to it?
Mario P. Liza P.
Okay.
Liza.
This one will still probably be. It'll be gettable, but it's not.
Gettable's important.
Enter at your own risk. If you think it's scary on the outside, wait till you see the basement. You're in for the longest night of your life. Ghosts, goblins, demons, wolves, bats, creatures lurking around every corner. As you descend deeper and deeper, they get thicker and thicker. Better stick close to the cavern floor. It's your only chance to find a weapon or two. You're gonna need them. Because when you finally meet the blank, you know he'll be going for the jugular. So keep your courage up and your stake sharp and say your prayers. And I edited blank because it would have gave it away. I didn't say the last boss's name.
Castlevania?
Got it.
Spencer, can you please join the forehead test?
Oh, Jesus.
I these settings are so locked in, I refuse to move them.
You
Just-
move your chair in or down?
Yeah. Can you get on your knees, maybe? We just want forehead. There we go. That's
Now
good.
we're all.
Well, this has been a good episode, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Foreheads.
Thanks for watching our heads.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.